Welcome into Lone Peak High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Oh boy, we've got a good one. It's the top two teams in the state, Corner Canyon and Lone Peak, set to face off on this Friday night. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Jeff Hansen. Jeff, look, I don't know what else you need to say. Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, sign us up. Let's go.
Yeah, number one, number two, Lone Peak, Corner Canyon. These are the teams you think about when you think of high school football in the state of Utah. Could not be more excited for this one, Dane. Happy to be here with you.
You know, the Corner Canyon Chargers come in 1-0. This has been the year where they've really showed, hey, look, like, there's no doubt who the best team in the state is. They beat Liberty of Arizona, best team down there. They went to West Broward, beat a team from Florida, and they've been dominant in their wins. Helaman-Kasuga, what a year for the future Aggie of Texas A&M.
Yeah, Helaman-Kasuga, he came off that pretty major injury last year, and coming into the year, I was nervous of what does he look like coming back from what was a very significant injury. Boy, he has answered all of those questions in spades. He looks the best he has. We've watched a lot of Helaman-Kasuga over the years. His poise in the pocket, his accuracy, his ability to hit the big play. He's got a ton of weapons with him on offense, but his ability to play the quarterback position and his progression has been next level. He looks like he's ready to go to an SEC school.
And if there's something about these Lone Peak Knights, and traditionally this program, the defense has been sure. And outside of the Bishop Gorman game, it's been sure again this year. They've done a great job. Crimson Cliffs, Orem, Timpview. The defense has been strong. Question for me is going to be what do we see from this Lone Peak offense, the ground game, the air attack? They're going to have to put up points if they want to upset Corner tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. They're going to have to find ways to score on offense, and then defensively, what does Lone Peak try to take away? Because Weston Briggs is a really good running back, and Eric Kerr has proven he'll just run. He doesn't have to throw the ball with Helaman-Kasuga. He'll run if you give it to him. So what does Lone Peak try to take away? One thing I know for sure, Dane, Ryan Denny's always got a pretty strong defensive game plan for Lone Peak.
Opening kickoff down the middle, picked up at about the 5. This is returnable up the middle for the Chargers. Boy, big hit put on. Man, flying in to lay that one was Tavita Maunga, the senior linebacker. And Corner will come out starting at their own 25.
Boy, big hit. Tavita Maunga to start this game off. That's the kind of tone. Look, you're going to want to see Lone Peak find some early wins. A big hit like that can give you some early momentum. That's what Lone Peak's going to need. Lone Peak's defense needs to start really fast. They've got to find a way to slow Corner down.
My bad, their own 30 to start this drive. Of course, 6th week of the season, which means we'll have some new faces for both these two teams playing tonight as Corner Canyon running here on first down. A little change of pace there. That's the junior Jackson Caruth with the carry.
Well, and you see it right there. A very quiet gain of 7-8 yards. I mean, that's what this offensive line for Corner Canyon is capable of doing. How does Lone Peak respond? How do they fit into their gaps without giving up too much in the pass game?
Weston Briggs in the backfield here on 2nd and short. He's been the primary ball carrier, and he'll get this 2nd down carry. That ball came out. It's on the turf, and Lone Peak, they're going to blow this dead. Official was there saying he was down, so it will remain 3rd and short here for Corner.
A big hit from the safety coming up. The officials are going to, they're marking it down, but they are meeting. They're going to call this a 3rd down. It'll leave it about 3rd and 1. And that was nearly the big play that Lone Peak needed to start this game.
That ball came out late. I don't know if he was down or not, but that ball did come out late.
Yeah, it did come out late for sure. I assumed he was down, but to your point, I don't know if he was on a body or something like that.
So 3rd and 1 here. And it will be Kasuga. He's going to run for the first time tonight, and he's second effort, stretch that ball ahead. That ball come out now. He did stretch that ball out. Lone Peak says they have it as officials here tried to unpile. Boy, a huge play early. It is Lone Peak football.
Well, if you're here on the Lone Peak sideline, you're thinking 3 words right now, Dane. Ball don't lie. They nearly get the fumble on 2nd down, and the 2nd effort from Helaman-Kasuga, that does come out. It's a Lone Peak turnover. I believe that's his first turnover of the year.
It might be. He has not thrown a pick. I'm not sure about fumbles, but look, that's a tough one. I thought he was stopped, and he kind of had to have that second surge and that reach. But Lone Peak, you talk about Coach Denny, man, his defense play hard, physical. They get a turnover, and Lone Peak going to start here in Corner Canyon territory. Our first look at this night offense as they will bring Pula across in motion. He'll get this on the little sweep and take this up for a gain of about 3 on the carry.
Well, Pula, finding ways to get the Pula twins involved is going to be the name of the game for this Lone Peak offense. Lone Peak always has good offense. They have a strong offensive line. They have a strong running game. The Pulas this year have given them a deep threat in the passing game that we don't always see from Lone Peak. It's a new wrinkle that's available to this Lone Peak coaching staff.
They've got 7 receiving touchdowns combined. Speaking of the Pulas, Keenan and Jiren respectively. There's a second down here for Lone Peak. They will stay on the ground here. Nice run up the middle there by Tate Barney. What a year for the senior Tate Barney. He's really had a fantastic year. Ran for 268 yards, 38 carries, 3 touchdowns. He's been a big physical presence out of that backfield.
Yeah, he's been very good from the backfield, and it hasn't really mattered who's playing quarterback. Tate Barney has been very good from that running back spot. And really, Lone Peak, that's what they're built on. We talk about the Pulas in the pass games and the wrinkles, but this offense goes based on the run game. Tate Barney's been a big part of that.
We failed to mention Cruz Christensen, the junior quarterback, getting the start tonight. Had heard Kepa Neometolu got dinged up last week. Had heard he would not play tonight, so it will be the junior here as the signal caller on this third down play for Lone Peak. Christensen, pressure coming off the edge, picked up, looking outside. That's caught by Jiren Pula. First down for Lone Peak as they're inside the 30.
A great job by Tate Barney there on the blitz pickup, coming off of that weak side. Great job, and then Cruz Christensen gives him just enough time, and we'll see here on the replay. Cruz Christensen with just enough time to find Jiren Pula on that little hitch route, moves the chains.
You know, I mean, Kepa coming back from last year, I was not expecting Cruz Christensen to play as much as he has, but he's been great. 63% completion percentage, almost 600 yards, 6 touchdowns, only 1 pick through the air. He's been really good for this Lone Peak offense this year.
He understands this offense. He's always on time, and he's pretty accurate quarterback.
First down. Oh, a little trickeration here, as this is Jiren Pula near side. Pickup of 9 on the carry there for Jiren Pula, 8 on the carry. Nice play call.
Yeah, great play call. Jiren Pula, they're going to find creative ways to get him going. The Utah commit is one of the most dynamic athletes in the state of Utah. He's more than just a receiver. So when you have a guy like that at your disposal, figure out a way to get him the ball.
Well, and the thing I love about it, too, is that they're doing it on the ground game. So that clock is running, the Corner Canyon's offense is on the sideline, and you're still moving it and getting it in the hands of your best playmaker, or one of your best playmakers.
Yeah.
There's pistol formation here on this second and short for Lone Peak. They will stay on the ground. Barney lowering those shoulder pads, surges ahead. Think he has the first? Yes, he does.
Great job right there. We've talked a lot over the last couple of years about Batmuli Talo. This year, he flips over to the offensive side of the ball. He is playing left tackle. Great job by Batmuli Talo to shed one block, seal the gap, and he gets just enough of a gap for Tate Barney to find the hole and move the chains.
Very patient drive here for Lone Peak.
Yeah. They didn't get too excited after that aggressive turnover, hype, and they're just methodical.
Corner showing blitz. They'll bring it, picked up. Thrown to Barney. That ball, I was going to say, is that rule to catch? They do call that incomplete. Corner's probably fortunate he had blocking out in front. If he's able to catch that, get upfield, big play.
Yeah, that could have been a big play. I was a little bit confused. That seemed like a really obvious incompletion to me. Took them a minute to blow it down. But I think they got the call right in the end. That's pretty obviously incomplete from my vantage point.
Student section's going at it here early.
You knew that was coming, right?
Yeah, you did.
These two schools.
The problem is there's quite a distance. I mean, anyway, we'll get into that later, I'm sure. Second down. Little play action. Pula. They might have been looking to set up maybe a hook and ladder there, Jeff.
It kind of looked like it. If nothing else, they've set it up that, hey, you got to be aware of that with the way he looked like he was thinking about pitching that. But there he is again, right at the chains. Are they going to give him the first down? They mark him just short. But once again, Cruz Christensen looking to find Jiren Pula. You're seeing very early. Okay, they do move the chains now.
Well, they're going to measure this here. No, never mind. I thought they were going to bring that out. So good eyes, Jeff.
Every once in a while, I'm good for seeing. I'm not good for a lot of things, but I can see numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as we don't get too high, I think I could figure that out.
I saw the official waving them out. So
Yeah, you can't look for the wave. You got to look for the number. It'll lead you astray. You'll be a little slow. But occasionally you look right. You know, you look like you know what you're doing.
First and goal. They'll stay on the ground. Barney trying to find a seam. Able to pick up about 4 on the carry.
This is where corner gets so tough. As you get into the red zone, that big defensive line for Corner Canyon, those aggressive linebackers headlined by Diesel Dart coming from the safety spot. He sneaks up into the box as well. This is a really tough red zone defense. Lone Peak's going to have to execute their blocks well. I think they're going to want to try to keep this on the ground as much as they can, but this is a tough red zone defense to punch the ball into the end zone against.
Not giving up a lot of points this year. Speaking of this corner D, as Jiren Pula in motion. Christensen looking at the end zone. Oh, that should have been intercepted. My goodness. Woo.
Jackson Evans just about had that. I mean, I think that one was one of those that was almost too good to be true. You can't believe the ball's coming right at you.
That's probably 6 if he catches that.
I don't think anybody was catching him. So now it's a tough play call here. You don't want to settle for a field goal if you're Lone Peak. The way that this drive happened, the turnover, the early momentum. But man, 3rd and 5.
Do you think this is 4-down territory? Do you think they are super aggressive here?
Ooh, I don't know. You have to take the points when they're there, right?
Blitz coming. Picked up Christensen in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Lone Peak. Jiren Pula catching his 6th touchdown of the year.
Just score on 3rd down. Then you don't have to worry about that 4th down decision. Great route by Jiren Pula. He gets that inside leverage, and then Cruz Christensen right on time and right on target. He delivers a great ball for the touchdown. But that play really made possible, in my mind, by Sean Tahi on the blitz pickup. Did a great job from the running back spot, playing pass protection, giving his quarterback just enough time to find his receiver in the end zone.
So it is Lone Peak. The defense does their job, forcing a turnover. The offense does its job, driving 40 yards to the end zone. It is 7-0. Lone Peak with the early lead here against Corner Canyon. We'll step aside, be back. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week on KSL
With a
Sports.
Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back. Lone Peak Football on KSLSports.com is presented by Kessler Allaire Insurance Services. For a range of reasons, call Kessler Allaire Insurance. I want to thank them for their sponsorship here of Lone Peak Football. 7-0. Knights leading the Chargers. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen with you. Lone Peak kicks this into the end zone. Jeff, your thoughts on that first drive for Lone Peak?
Well, I don't think you could have asked for anything better. You force the turnover, and then you have a long, where was that, about the 35? They took over about the 41-yard line. And it takes 4 minutes off the clock. And that's exactly what you want if you're Lone Peak. Keep this Corner Canyon offense off the field and keep moving the chains and moving down the field while you have the ball. Get into the end zone. You're putting Corner in a spot that they haven't been in a whole lot. That's in an early deficit facing, they got to bounce back after an early turnover.
Do you think Corner comes out super aggressive here? They will not. They'll run. Of course, with Weston Briggs, it can still be a great play calls. He is limited to 6 here. Look, he can bust those plays.
Yeah, Weston Briggs, he's the real deal at running back. He continues to produce big-time numbers, and somehow he continues to feel a little bit overlooked because of all of the other names. But Weston Briggs, man, he's got 419 rushing yards coming into this one.
Well, you don't think running backs when you think of a Coach Care offense, but boy, he's got them. As you see Kasuga able to pick up a couple yards. Nice open field tackle there coming by this Lone Peak defense.
Now
I think it was Grimmer.
This puts Corner Canyon in about the same spot that they were in. It was 3rd and short, and Helaman Kasuga had to extend and go for that second effort when Lone Peak was able to strip the ball loose.
3rd and 1, big 3rd down play. They will try it on the ground, and it's a first down. Picked up there on the strong carry by Kingston Cooper. The senior able to pick up 4 and a first.
Kingston Cooper, he is a big boy at 6'1", nearly 200 pounds. In those short yardage situations behind this really strong Corner Canyon offensive line, Cooper's going to be a load to bring down.
Well, the other thing, I mean, Weston Briggs, who we talked about, he's 6'2", 205.
He's big
like, these
too.
are big backs.
Yeah.
Kasuga. Man, Briggs going down the slot. He'll dump it underneath. This is Landon Kerr, the senior tight end. Transferred in this year with a nice reception.
There's always a Kerr. Feels like if there's a Corner Canyon offense, there's going to be a Kerr catching passes. Couple of them this year.
Yep. Second down, back to the ground here for Cooper. He's going to lose a half yard. Nice pursuit by that Lone Peak D.
Yeah, once again, I mean, Lone Peak, when I think of Lone Peak defense, I think of blitzes. I think of aggressive game plans. You saw it there, kind of a run blitz to get into those gaps and force a 3rd and short situation.
It's 3rd and 2. They will run it. This is Cooper, left side, has the sticks and more as he's up near midfield, popped out of bounds, and a flag going to come here on the play. As I think it was Pula who went over to force him out of bounds, and that contact deemed outside. And I think we'll get extra penalty yards here tacked on.
Yeah, we'll see what this call is. Pula's helmet came off on the end of this. This could be, I don't know, there could be one of those offensive face mask penalties that we've seen a couple of times this year.
Corner's not moving. I didn't see an arm come up there by Cooper, and that's why I was trying to figure it out. But, oh, you're right, Jeff. Indication was against Corner.
After the play, personal foul face mask on the offense, number 24. 14-yard penalty.
I missed that. Look at you, man.
Hey, look at me again. Those eyes.
You're 2 for 2 today.
Every once in a while, those eyes. I'll get it wrong. Don't worry.
Now, just to clarify things, because that's after the play, he picked up the first, so it will be a first down. And that from the spotted foul, which is at midfield, so back at the 35.
It's not something you see very often from Corner Canyon, is personal fouls like that.
First down, Kasuga. That ball deflected. Good pass rush there by Lone Peak. A couple nights there, including Zundel and Mounga.
Yeah, Tavita Mounga, once again, he had that big hit on the opening kickoff. There he was on the blitz from that linebacker spot. I think he was the one who was able to get his hand on the ball and break that pass up. Very aggressive Lone Peak defense early.
Second down. You see Lone Peak showing some pressure there. They'll back out of it. Doesn't mean it's not coming. You never know where Coach Jennings is going to bring that pressure from. Kasuga over the middle. That is incomplete. Was looking that time for Kai Meza. A couple of Lone Peak Knight defenders there.
Pretty good ball by Helaman Kasuga, but just a couple of Lone Peak defenders there to get right on to Kai Meza. Very good receiver in Kai Meza, but the contact jars the ball loose. Now it's a 3rd and long.
Yeah, their top receiver this year is Kai. You have the likes of Jashawn Mayberry as well, who's a former Lone Peak Knight. Went over to corner this year. 3rd and 10 here for the Chargers. Good pocket. Kasuga eyes downfield, gonna try deep. Look in, that ball caught in stride. What a throw as it's Isaiah Morris. Welcome, big fella. As this down inside the 20, but there's a flag back at the 45.
Well, before we get to the flag, Zay Morris comes up from Roy. He's playing at Corner Canyon. This is his first game this year. Zay Morris is a big play threat. We've seen him at Roy throughout his career make big play after big play after big play, and there he is downfield. He gets one-on-one coverage. Beautiful ball by Kasuga to find his guy, and Zay does a great job of tracking that midair.
Looks like this will be on Lone Peak. Yeah, it's a holding penalty. The initial reaction by Corner looked like they thought it was going to be on them.
Yeah.
Got that clarified. The penalty declined, obviously. We'll set Corner up 1st and goal at the 10.
Well, you asked the question when this drive started, Dane, of will Corner come out and try to be hyper-aggressive? I mean, the answer was no. They ran the ball.
But a 3rd and 10.
But they've always got that big play
do.
in their pocket. And Helaman Kasuga, that was a beautiful ball.
First and 10. They'll go on the ground. Breaks. Nice cut back inside the 5. And Weston takes this down to the 2. Nice carry for the senior. Late flag here again.
Penalty marker is down.
Yeah, this is a late flag. This feels like it's going to be some sort of after the play taunting, something like that. But I didn't see anything, Dane.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a late block maybe at the top there. I kind of saw a Lone Peak player clapping, and so I don't know if there was like contact or if there was some John. I'm not sure what it was, but
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2 on the defense.
they call it on the D.
Unsportsmanlike
Oh,
conduct,
offsetting here.
number 72 on the offense. Both penalties were offset. They both have one unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, when you have two teams like this that have been fixtures in the state of Utah, fixtures at the top of the 6A rankings year after year, this game's going to be chippy. I mean, these teams are going to have to find a way to keep their emotions in check. Coaches are going to have to find a way to help things calm down but still maintain intensity.
Well, we'll dive into that here in just a little bit as we've got second and goal here for the Chargers. Kasuga looking end zone, has a man, caught, touchdown, Corner Canyon. Lucas Jackson with the 2-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah. And
We've got another flag in the back line of the end zone.
Penalty marker is down.
Yeah, might have an unsportsmanlike little celebration after the play.
Yeah, it's going to be on corner.
Make this PAT a little bit longer. But I mean, there
what
it is
do you do
again.
Here?
I kick it. I was standing underneath
No,
the.
let me clarify. Do you take it on the kickoff or on the PAT?
I think you take it on the PAT because I feel like this is going into the end zone either way, right?
Okay. I don't know. I mean, kicking off from the 25?
I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Davis Nielsen, no.
You're right. And
Anyway.
Coach Brockbank agrees with you. My eyes see. When you ask me to use my brain, Dane, I'm 0 for 1.
Point after is good. 7 apiece, corner with the answer. It took a big third down conversion to their new weapon, Zay Morris, and it is tied up at 7. We'll take a break, step aside, be back. You're watching Lone Peak Football on the Rewind Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Strong, CEO of Tab Bank. As a former high school athlete in the state of Utah, I recognize how big of a role high school sports can play in developing student athletes' lives, even outside of the sports they play. For me, high school sports taught me how to work as a team, how to lead through adversity, how to share success, and how to face all challenges. While I didn't become a professional athlete, it was these skills that gave me a head start in life after my high school career was over. That's why Tab Bank is proud to sponsor KSL Sports Rewind's mission to highlight and promote student athletes and the communities in which they play. As a proud Bonneville Laker, I know the importance of the role a community plays in the success of a team, and I wanted to create a banking environment that gave our customers that Friday Night Lights feeling of community and togetherness. Our goal is to provide you a premium banking experience that will help aid you to accomplish any goal that you have in your life. We believe that whether you are a heavy favorite or the battle-tested underdog, Tab Bank can provide you a winning game plan for any of your financial needs.
Welcome back. Want to take a moment, thank a couple of our sponsors here that make Lone Peak Football on the Rewind Sports Network possible. National Auto Plaza, where you can find the best deals on the best cars, trucks, and SUVs with our legendary $3,500 rebate. Check out National Auto Plaza if you're looking for a new vehicle. Also want to thank PKJ Design Group, landscape architects and planners, quality, innovative, and environmental design. Thanks to PKJ Design Group for their sponsorship. And Reef Capital. Expect the best with Reef Capital.
We have great sponsors.
We have great sponsors. And, of course, want to thank them for their sponsorship. Can't do this without them. Lone Peak set to receive. They got their team back at the 20 little line drive here. That's a live football, and Lone Peak will pick it up. Not much of a return there, but they'll have good field position here starting at the 42.
Yeah, so let's just reiterate the point here that you were right. Take the penalty yards
I don't
on the
keep score,
kickoff.
Jeff.
Well, you should. You should start now.
This is Tag Zundel here for Lone Peak. He's down. He does not look comfortable. Not a good sign. Contributor for this defense for Lone Peak. We will step aside here while they come out and take a look at the senior defensive end for the Knights. We'll be back. Welcome back. And Zundel able to walk off, but they're going to continue to look at him on the table. Certainly hope he'll be okay. So Lone Peak offense coming back out. Second drive of the night here for the Knights. You expect to see anything different or kind of same thing we saw in the first drive?
Hey,
Jeff?
it worked in the first drive. Keep it going.
They'll stay on the ground. Head of steam there. Now that pistol formation, gain of just 2 on the carry.
I'm curious to see, I mean, we've seen very early how they're going to get Jiren Pula involved. They'll give him those end arounds. They'll target him a ton in the passing game. I want to see how Jiren Pula gets involved in this offense because he's just as dynamic as his twin brother and can do a lot of things. Jiren is certainly the top target so far in this offense, but Jiren can absolutely play as well.
A little play action here on second down. Going to take a shot. They've got a man, and that ball caught. Touchdown, Lone Peak. Jiren Pula breaks the defense. 56 yards.
Boy, when you've got a Pula at your disposal, we talk about getting Keenan involved. Just let Jiren run behind everybody. Number 5, Jiren Pula, that was double coverage. He just outran everybody. Cruz Christensen, when you see a guy that open, you just throw it down as far as you can and give him a chance. Jiren Pula does a great job finding the ball, tracking it, getting underneath it, and then there wasn't anybody within yards of him as he waltzed his way into the end zone.
Just to give you a feel, this Corner Canyon defense, the most they've given up this year in the game is 21, and Lone Peak in the first 10 minutes has 14.
Jiren Pula, man, he's the equalizer.
There is something about Lone Peak with Corner Canyon that it just... All right, let's dive into this now. When you look at the matchup between these two teams, Corner has the edge 8-3. Not an edge. Corner has the series 8-3, right?
Yeah.
They're 8-3 against Lone Peak all the time. But this is their 8th game in the last 5 years, and all 3 of those wins have come in the last 5 years. Regular season matchup last year, Lone Peak got the better end of them. It's been a series in the last couple of years has really built, and Lone Peak has shown like this maybe one of the few programs, if any in the state, they can go toe-to-toe with Corner.
Well, Corner has this advantage. I call it the Tiger Woods advantage that, look, when Tiger Woods was in his heyday and you were in the opening tee box, before anybody even swung a club, Tiger had this aura about him, that there was he could intimidate you, he could have an advantage before you even started. Corner Canyon has that advantage.
Against a lot of teams.
Those interlocking C's, I mean, those are daunting for a lot of teams. Lone Peak isn't one of those teams. They love this game. They look forward to having this opportunity to take down Corner every year, and that's a big advantage that Corner normally has that they don't get.
This is Josh Harris on the return up to the 30. Nice return there for Corner. And, you know, one of the differences, and I love it, by the way, now the jerseys actually say Corner Canyon on them, too. I love the look for the Chargers this year.
I do,
Looks
too.
sharp.
I like Corner Canyon. This is also, speaking of jerseys, this is my favorite Lone Peak look as well.
I mean, do we need to talk about the helmet?
I knew
did
you
see the
wanted
helmet,
to.
Jeff?
As soon as I see script on a helmet, I know we're going to talk about
all in. It's a thing of beauty, folks. The Lone Peak Knight this year,
they look good.
it's got to be top 3 immediately.
They look real good.
So Corner starting at their own 30, first down. They will all through the hands there of Jackson, had him on the slant, incomplete.
Well, I keep coming back to that same question of will Corner be super aggressive? As Lone Peak keeps putting up points, does Corner abandon their game plan, maybe get away from the run? I don't think so, because Coach Kerr has been in these situations before, and I think he's going to continue to roll with what works. But I am curious to see how these players respond. The players on the field haven't been in this spot very often this year.
Second down, Kasuga to throw. He's going to take a shot down the sideline, just overthrew his man, was looking the way there for Kai Mesa, missed him by about 3 yards. He'd love to have that one back.
He would love to have that one back. Kai Mesa had his guy beat. Yep. Kai Mesa's a guy, we got to highlight him while we have a chance. Minnesota commit. There's
I
a
love
couple.
it, by the way. I love row the boat, huh?
Yeah, PJ Fleck. He's got a couple of not just guys from Utah, but studs from Utah that are making their way to row the boat in Minnesota.
3rd and 10. Lone Peak Bringing pressure, it doesn't get there. Throw over the middle. Incomplete, looking for Mesa again. That one had a step out in front of him, and Corner Canyon gonna have to punt here for the first time tonight.
Well, and all three of those throws by Helam and Kasuga looked like maybe he's just a little bit juiced up. All three of them had a little bit. The first one probably should have been caught off a receiver's hands, but those second two just true overthrows.
And by the way, we haven't mentioned this yet. Good protection up front from Corner. We haven't seen a lot of exotic blitzes. We've seen an extra guy coming from Lone Peak, but pocket's been there for Kasuga.
Yeah.
He's had time, had space.
Yep.
You could tell that drive, just wasn't quite as in rhythm, in flow as we've seen him usually.
Yeah,
As this punt fielded. Oh no! Muffed, but gathered up. It'll be a familiar starting field position here for Lone Peak.
Well, that's one thing with Lone Peak. All of these drives, they're getting really good field position, and that makes things really easy as an offensive play caller. When if you go 25, 30 yards, you're already in scoring position. That makes things easy.
Inside 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. And man, Jeff, how big would this drive be? Lone Peak could go up 2 possessions in the opening quarter.
Well, with the way that Corner could score in bunches, it sort of feels like every drive you have to score. Like you can't have too many drives where you don't score. And so when you're in positive field position like this, starting on your own 43, you've got to feel like you got to put points on the board.
Go on the ground. Bounce outside Barney. He's got blockers downfield. And Barney brought down at the 39-yard line. And I love that they've been using Barney and Tahi out of the backfield. This time it's the big bruiser with a big run.
Yeah, number 62, Patrick O'Banion, with a huge block from the offensive guard spot to seal that edge for Barney. And then Barney does the rest. He picks up 20 yards. And right here, like we just talked about, they're already in scoring position.
I've been surprised how well Lone Peak's been able to run the football tonight early on, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Gary Pay for Lone Peak has done a fantastic job with this Lone Peak offensive line year after year after year. We should expect them to be a really good offensive line, and they're delivering so far tonight.
First down, over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Had a man in the hands. Just dropped it.
Yeah, Thomas Herget, that's one he wants back. Had a first down, but it just goes off his chest. Throw maybe a little bit behind him, but I think it had to be with where the pressure was coming from. That's one that Herget's got to pull down. If you're going to take down Corner Canyon, you can't have too many opportunities like that fall harmlessly to the turf.
Yeah, Corner had a linebacker sitting right there. That was really the only lane he had to make that throw. Would have been a good gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Knights. Boy, that snap. Fortunate to be corralled by Christensen and Barney. I've been told that he's got a nickname. I don't know if you knew this. Moose gave him a nickname.
Oh.
Calls him the Dinosaur.
I get it.
I get it too.
I get it. He's a little bit more tough than the dinosaur when I think of Barney, but okay, Moose.
He's not that kind of dinosaur, right? Like he's coming after you.
Yeah, he's got to be a real dinosaur.
Yeah,
but I mean, this is a kicker named Moose, so like.
That's a great point.
I don't know. I mean, how much do we trust his nickname abilities?
That's fair. That's fair. 45 seconds to go here in our opening quarter. They'll go back to Barney. Barney, boy, that cutback still on his feet. Tate Barney looked like he would have gotten wrapped up. Searches another 5 yards, has the first down.
Yeah, just a great physical run by Barney. He does look like a dinosaur on that carry. He would have been stopped behind the chains, but the second effort keeps his legs going. Just a physical run for Tate Barney to move the chains, keep things alive. Well, looks like we'll get one more play here in this first quarter.
Knocking on the door of the red zone here. Packed house tonight, by the way, too.
Love it.
I mean, their standing room, they got bleachers around the bend of the track, like everything is full.
People are still coming in.
First down. Christensen over the middle. Caught by Pula. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down for Lone Peak, and that could be the last play of the quarter if they choose it to be.
Jiren Pula, he is so fun to watch after the catch. His ability to find space, create space, and make a big play is absolutely must-see.
We are through the first quarter, and Lone Peak came to play, folks. 14-7. Knights leading the Chargers. They'll have first and goal when we come back to start the second after this. At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And Fight for the Fight night, doing a recognizing
Cool to
a
see.
couple young men or
Couple
young
of,
kids going through their respective cancer battles, and a lot of donations going on in-house tonight. Love when communities come together and help those in need. It's obviously something we've been through recently, and obviously something that's still very special about high school sports.
Yeah, I mean, that's what high school sports is all about, is bringing communities together. Lone Peak does a fantastic job of finding those causes, and it's cool to see them. It's cool to be here with them as they do this tonight.
First and goal for Lone Peak after the big catch by Pula. See what this Lone Peak offense has here is they have a chance to make an early statement here at home.
And boy, this would be a statement.
It would be a huge statement.
Gonna have Jiren Pula one-on-one.
No bootleg. Looking to the end zone, overthrew him. Was trying to get that to Keenan Pula, and he had a step.
He did have a step. That play looked like it was designed for Jiren Pula. There was some contact with Pula and Joaquin Rodriguez. Lone Peak sideline wanted a holding flag. They did not get one. Cruz Christensen looks for Keenan, unable to find him in the end zone.
Like the play call, the way they've been running the football, right? You have to respect that.
Yeah.
Tahi here to the left of Christensen. And that ball on the turf, still loose. And that might not have been Christensen, actually. I'm looking, it looked like it might have been 15. Lone Peak turns it over. Miscommunication on the run play, and Corner Canyon creates their first turnover of the night.
I think you're right. I think that was Arona Kaili comes in, who does play quarterback. He's a lot of that wildcat quarterback when they try to change pace, but unable there to corral that football. That's just what Corner Canyon needed.
Yes, it is. You have a chance to make a big statement, and now Corner has a chance to tie things up. They'll start at their own 14-yard line.
Number 14,
5 receiver set here. That ball caught, first tackle missed, nice turn, still on his feet. Boy, just the, I don't know, the athleticism, the creativity. Zay Morris, big gain.
Yeah, I mean, just a great job. He's a magician after the catch. Zay Morris, his footwork is exceptional. I love what Eric Kerr's doing here on this drive. Unable to get a whole lot. I mean, they've had success on the run game, but Lone Peak packing that box, bring out 5 wide and play tempo. See how Lone Peak responds.
That ball caught by Meza. Meza takes this up near midfield, and a late flag going to come in here from the back judge. Probably going to tack yards on here for the Chargers.
Yeah, I think this is going to be, I don't know if it's, I don't know what the call is in high school, if there's a targeting or if there's a helmet-to-helmet. But I would assume whatever that high school equivalent of targeting is.
Illegal helmet contact.
There you go.
Number 3 on the defense. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. Will be a first down.
That is one where the way I see it, and I'm not certain the rule, so I'll ask for an apology, but I think there's contact there, but it's more by the chest as he's coming in. I don't know that I would have thought that to garner that call, but I acknowledge I'm still learning some of the nuances of.
I think we're all learning a little bit of what helmet to helmet, targeting, all of that.
But that's not helmet. That's contact to the head, right? Which is different than helmet to helmet.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
First down. Kasuga, that one incomplete. Had a receiver, lost his footing, was trying to get that to, I think it was Carter Care, a junior receiver, slipped.
Turf monster. The Lone Peak home field advantage. Little turf monster that sneaks up.
I was down on the field before the game. That's a nice turf.
It is a nice turf. It almost felt like grass, as much as turf can.
Yeah. Second down, little screen, Meza, there you go. Down the sideline, going to be tackled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Set up very well there for corner.
Yeah, set up really well. Big offensive line for corner. Does a great job. Jackson Overstreet leading the way, number 72. Really good job by Jiren Pula to chase Meza down. I thought he was going in for 6.
It
But
looked like he had the lane to do it.
It did. Pula with the great closing speed saves the touchdown.
First and goal, still staying 5 wide here, Jeff. You talked about it. Kasuga has a man open. No one picks up Meza. Touchdown, Corner Canyon.
I mean, just a great response from Corner Canyon. They force the red zone turnover, and then they march down the field methodically. They get a little boost from a personal foul, but just a great job. And look, there's not going to be an easy one for Kai Meza.
No.
There wasn't anybody. He practically skipped his way into the end zone.
He did not have to hit his top speed on that route,
No,
right?
no, not at all.
And that's what, man, I mean, you watch this corner team play, and it's like, I mean, they can make it look that easy. And a crowd that was into it and fired up, it's silent over here after that drive. It's like, oh boy.
Pretty deflated. I mean, look, if you're going to take down corner, you have a very narrow path to beat corner. Corner has a pretty wide path that they can make a few mistakes, and they did in that first quarter.
We've got a TV timeout here, so we'll step aside, be back. You're watching Lone Peak Football on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. Want to thank Skin Science for sponsoring Lone Peak Football, the presenting sponsor of Lone Peak Football. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Visit www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now at the Skin Science Institute. Want to thank Skin Science for their sponsorship of Lone Peak Football as this kickoff fielded inside the 5, back at the 4-yard line. A chance here for Lone Peak on the return. Looking near side, has blocking set up. Cut back to the middle. Nice return for the Knights. See if that can kind of help get some confidence back to the offense, get some energy back on the sideline.
Yeah, great return by Isaac Fanua. Sets up Lone Peak with positive field position once again. And yeah, brings some life back into this Lone Peak sideline that feels pretty deflated after the turnover. But hey, look, it's the second quarter. It's 14-14.
And the reality is they've moved the football.
They have.
I mean, almost at will. So,
So there's a lot to be excited about is what you're saying.
I think so.
I think so.
So they will start at their own 39-yard line. Is this the worst field position, starting field position for Lone Peak?
It is, yeah. I think you're right.
That's Jiren in motion. Christensen. Boy, he's got time. Now he's running out of it. And he's just got to throw this one away. He's looking for his tight end kind of down the seam and realized maybe didn't have as much room there as he wanted. And by that time, everything else was covered.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to the Corner Canyon secondary on that play. They had everybody bottled up. And look, for a secondary that struggled to contain Jiren Pula, like most do.
Yeah.
Great job on that play. Cruz Christensen does a good job of just escaping pressure enough to find a way to throw it away.
Second down. Tahi in the backfield. They'll run it. Tahi couldn't get through the line. Boy, if he's able to break that tackle, he's got a lot of room, first down and more. A gain of just 2 here.
He does. Mason, I believe that was Mason Hamilton from the safety spot coming down, just is able to wrap up the legs of Tahi. If he doesn't make that tackle, there was a lot of green out in front of Tahi.
2 shades of green out in front of Tahi.
There are shades of green.
I love the alternating pattern.
Yeah, it's a nice look.
Yeah. 3rd and 8. Pula right at the sticks. Boy, that's just a money play right there for Lone Peak.
Well, it is, man. And third down has been a little bit of a bugaboo for corner so far. They do a great job of maintaining Lone Peak's offense, keeping that run game in check. But then on a 3rd and long, you just got to find a way to guard Pula.
And that's the thing to me. I mean, it's first half, right? We're early on in the second, but it feels like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. Like Lone Peak's been able to manage those situations when they have fallen behind schedule.
Offensive line has done a good job of keeping Cruz Christensen clean, and then Jiren Pula is eventually going to get open.
Here comes pressure. Tahi threw a couple tacklers, still on his feet. And they'll rule that down. Gain of 5 there. Hard-earned 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the replay here, and Tahi just bounces off of tacklers from behind the line of scrimmage. He was taking contact, spinning and rumbling his way. That's a fun run.
Is any run fun?
That one.
That one is?
That's the fun one. I mean, not to be the runner.
I was like, really, Jeff?
But it's fun for me to watch that run.
It is a fun run to watch. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
But to your point,
no run is fun.
If you look at me, I haven't had a whole lot of fun running in, I don't know, 20 years?
That makes 2 of us, Jeff. Second down, flagging on the plays. Tahi trying to stretch this, get that edge. He'll be out of bounds around the 40, but flag in. We'll have to get this call.
Is it offsides or is it a shift? Make the call, Dane.
I'm going to say offsides.
Okay.
Penalty marker is down.
We'll see. First time you're up to the test. I asked you because I don't know, and I wanted to beat you
the
to
Lone
the
Peak
question.
staff is petitioning, which I don't think is a good sign for my prognostication. So
Illegal formation. Too many men in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
well, it wasn't an illegal shift, so I feel a little better.
Yeah, a trick question. Those are the flaws of standardized testing right there. You see it in real time.
Is it A or B or A and B or neither? Those
Yes,
were the worst.
That was it. And
The
actually,
worst.
it's E, and you didn't know it was there.
That one, yeah. So this will corner will accept that. Be 2nd and 10 here. Christensen gonna take a shot, looking deep, hand fighting there, and the flag gonna come in. I think this is a good call. They were trying to dial up Seth Woolley and kind of got tied up there, Jeff.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a good call. Looked like Mason Hamilton in coverage, and their hands just got tied up. I don't know if they would have been able to complete that catch, but I know that he really didn't have much of a chance to with the way their arms were tied
Can I
up.
tell you what I like about Christensen? We've seen a couple deep balls from him. He puts a lot of air of that under that to let his receiver get there, but it's never like that's going to be picked. Right? Like he only does it when he knows he's got the room to do it, and then it's like, hey, I trust my guys to go get it.
Defensive pass interference.
2 penalties on the
Both
play.
penalties will offset.
Oh.
So there was I believe they called a holding penalty on the, an ineligible, an illegal man downfield on the Lone Peak offensive line. So all of that just to do it all over again.
Second down.
Like it never happened.
Because it didn't. They'll toss. Tahi, nice blocking. First down and more. Sean Tahi taking it inside the 30. How about that ceiling block on the edge, Jeff, by the tight end?
Yeah, just a great job by that Lone Peak offensive line and really the entire Lone Peak offense to set that run play up. The old school sweep with the pitch. Ronnie Bass would have been proud. Makes that 3-yard pitch, and Sean Tahi does the rest, 20 yards up the field. Big first down for Lone Peak.
It's Cameron Way, number 88, the tight end, able to make that block. He's made a couple nice plays tonight for this Lone Peak offense as they have another first down here. Boy, there's a big block on that edge as they look to Barney. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more, but there's some hard contact on the left side of that line.
There is. Manasseh Brown from his defensive end spot, number 88. That's a 6'7", 225-pound defensive end. Does a lot of things on the offensive side as well as a tight end. Really, really good player. Just a junior. We're going to hear a lot more Manasseh Brown as this game goes along, but as his career progresses.
6'7" as a junior.
That's a big boy.
That is a big boy. Second down. Incomplete. Tried Jiren Pula. Got 2 hands on it. Contact was there immediately. You can see his reaction. He thought he should have had that one.
Yeah, I think that's a ball that Jiren Pula, when you are as good as Jiren Pula is, you feel like you got to catch that every time. But really, that was great coverage by Joaquin Rodriguez. He was right there in the right spot. He had the contact really quickly. Just a play that somebody's got to make it, and this time it went to the defense.
So 3rd and 10 here for Lone Peak. We talked about how good they've been on 3rd and longs in this first half. See if they can convert here.
Well, every time that they've had these 3rd and longs, it's been Jiren Pula that's the guy.
And there's movement. This one not going to help the home side.
This one would have been everybody but the center.
51 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Dan, there are still people trickling in.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's full.
I don't know where these people are parking.
I think they had to park at Bass Pro Shops and make the long walk down Timpanogos Highway. There's a ton of people here, man.
It is crazy. I literally cannot see any place to park.
No, there's nowhere.
Timeout, Lone Peak.
This is where high school ingenuity comes in, though. When you make up your own parking spots. You've parked in high schools. Park wherever you want.
That's why we showed up early, Jeff, because we knew we were going to need a spot. We're going to hang out here. We have a few sponsors. We want to make sure that we recognize, again, we can't do this stream without them, so we want to thank our sponsor of Lone Peak Football, and starting with Johnston Law. It starts up front with a winning team. Johnston Law has been helping businesses succeed at every stage for over 15 years. Call or text today at 801-980-5300 and mention Lone Peak Wins at Johnston Law. Also want to thank Safe Streets. Enjoy the game with peace of mind. Your home is protected 24/7 with Safe Streets Smart Security. Serving 46 states with the country's top 5-star rating, 150,000 5-star reviews in only 3 years. You want home automation? Leave it to the nation's best at Safe Street. Visit safestreets.com. Also want to thank G2G Protein Bar, helping busy people eat well when they're on the go. Thanks to G2G for their sponsorship of Lone Peak football.
Dane, I think you and we're going to hit our 4th consecutive week of the tiny cheerleader dance show at halftime. Maybe that's where all the people are coming from.
That would make some sense. Which is always a great halftime, by the way.
It's fantastic, and it's not Thriller.
Well, and it's, I can hear here, so that's a bonus
that is
as well,
true.
right?
We don't feel like we're part of the music.
Yeah. I'm not. There's no car alarms going off. I'm not vibrating, so that's a win.
There is an air horn being used.
3rd down, 3rd and 15,
Or else your team will be penalized.
and we just had a cease and desist called
Get rid of the air horn.
on an air horn. So
Someone's
artificial
got an air
noise
horn.
maker. It was directed, I think, towards the Lone Peak side, but cease and desist was the terminology.
That is exactly. I don't know if that was a legal cease and desist, but
We can ask our friends at Johnston Law.
there we
actually.
go.
3rd and 15 here for Lone Peak. Pressure coming. Christensen just gets rid of it. Incomplete. Was looking for Pula, and it will bring up a 4th down here for the Knights.
Yeah, great defensive play call there. They bring the blitz. They speed Christensen up a little bit, and that throw just gets away from him. And now it's 4th and 15, and you're kind of in no man's land. Do you try to go for it to move those chains? Do you take the long field goal, and maybe it works as that punt touchback? Kind of a tricky spot to be in.
It was Tate Patterson there, the junior linebacker, with the pressure from the backside. I like this decision. I think you are in no man's land. It's like, look, I think you go for it. Got to get to the 20-yard line. Only a 3-man pass rush. They're going to look end zone. Pula, this one hanging in the air. Did he get his feet in? Touchdown, Lone Peak. It's just not fair. 4th and 15, a 35-yard touchdown pass to Pula.
Jiren Pula. I'm speechless, Dan. I'm without speech. The way that Jiren Pula tracks this ball down. We take the replay here. There is contact. There's multiple guys there in the area. There's a sideline, and Jiren Pula navigates it all, finds that ball. He high points it, does a great job. And look, if he beats you to the air, you're not going to win.
By the way, 2 feet.
Yeah, that's good on Sundays, folks. Jiren Pula with his 3rd touchdown of the night.
This point after up, this point after good. Lone Peak gets the much needed response to retake the lead. And look, it's hard to tell from that replay. I think, Jeff, when I watch that, I don't think his heels come down. I think he knows exactly where he's at.
Yeah.
It is toes,
Yeah.
no heel to stay in bounds and get the 2 feet down for the touchdown. That is a beautiful touchdown grab. We have another look.
We've seen a lot of really good receivers come out of the state of Utah. I mean, we go back. You go back to Simi Fahoko. You've obviously got Puka Nakua doing his things on Sundays. You've seen Cody Hagan come through. We've seen
That one's my favorite, by the way. is
We've
Hagan.
seen some excellent wide receivers. Jiren Pula's not taking a backseat to anybody.
He keeps those heels up. That is unreal.
I mean, it's such an advantage when you have a guy like that. I don't know how you defend him. And to Cruz Christensen's credit, he knows, just get it down there. Let
By
him
the
make
way,
a play.
4th and 15, you know, right?
You know where it's going.
He still gets over the top. Now, that's one where that ball hangs a little bit from
Yeah.
Christensen.
Yep.
But when you got Pula, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter, Jeff. This kickoff into the end zone for the touchback.
We might have to talk about it this week of where are we ranking Jiren Pula in terms of the all-time receivers list here at BYU, here in the state of Utah, because my goodness,
He's rising quickly.
he's very, very quickly.
Has he got a helmet sticker? I'm trying to remember if he has.
I think he did early.
Well, he might get 2 this year.
He probably deserves one every week.
he probably does.
My goodness.
But look, when we're here, Jeff,
yeah,
we get administrative control. So
absolutely
there you go.
we do.
Corner will start at their own 20-yard line, back to 5 wide here. And this one intercepted. The second turnover of the game forced by this Lone Peak defense. It's Toa Tanavasa, the senior, with the Lone Peak interception, and they've got it inside the red zone.
Toa Tanuvasa just watches the eyes of Helaman Kasuga, and Helaman was kind of eyeing down his guy the entire route. Tanuvasa coming down from that safety spot, times it great, goes and makes a play, and he is setting up this offense for another score.
I'd be curious because it looks like Mesa kind of gets bumped off a little bit late. I'm sure corner fans would probably like a foul or a penalty on that play. I have no problem with the no call, though. It disrupts the timing, clearly, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a hold. I think there's just contact
Just a little
there.
contact, yeah.
So Lone Peaks, that snap high. Christensen going to have to retreat. Better jump on this one. And he will try to throw this away. As a flag down here, I think this will be an intentional grounding.
Out of the pocket, but the throw couldn't get
Doesn't
to
get to
the
the line
line
of
of scrimmage, so that's still a grounding penalty.
It really doesn't matter because you're going to eat it there anyway, right?
Yeah. Yep. Give it a shot. Hope for the best, right? But as it is, it's going to be a loss of 35.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty from the spot, loss of down.
Oh, and an additional 5 yards?
No, just. Oh, did they? I thought it was just spot foul.
That's what I thought, but they said an
Okay.
additional 5 yards. So that's a 40-yard penalty,
Well,
bringing up the popular 2nd and 50.
that's not how you like to start.
This is what you did in Tepcomo Bowl, though. You'd want 2nd and 99 so that Bo Jackson
Yeah,
could
is
go
Bo
crazy.
Jackson? Do we have Bo Jackson?
Well, no, but
50-yard line. It's second down. Nice.
no.
So this will be 2nd and 45 is the official yards to go here. Unfortunately for Lone Peak, they have Pula. That one caught. Keenan with the reception as he gets 10 yards on the catch.
Two Pulas, not just one.
Yeah.
2 Pulas.
I'll actually give him 11 yards on the reception there.
Gain on the play. Puts the ball at the 39-yard
That's where I'm interested. You run Pula deep. Can you set up something kind of, 15, 20 yards downfield, get a chunk here?
Something underneath. I mean,
Yeah.
you really got to know what your kicker's range is
Yeah.
here. And I agree. I think that's exactly what you do. You try to take Jiren Pula to the end zone. If it's there, you throw it. Otherwise, try to find somebody underneath, get that 10, 15 yards, and give yourself a chance at a field goal.
Is there such a thing as triple coverage in the secondary? He's bracketed here, and Christensen going to look for Pula. That's overthrown, incomplete.
Well, this is kind of the same spot that they were just in on a 4th and long. This is a 4th and longer.
I actually think I punt this here. I mean, you could heave it to the end zone, but if it's incomplete, you're basically giving corner the ball almost at midfield, and it does look like they'll punt.
They will punt. It's probably the right call. Probably the right call, but boy, that's a gut punch. That's a big win for corner.
It's a huge win for corner. I mean, they're set up 15 yards away from the goal line, and corner probably fortunate because that's
just a self-inflicted.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep, that one's tough. That one is tough.
This kick angled, and it takes a Lone Peak bounce out inside the 5. Boy, I didn't know how that was going to go, Jeff, if it was going to get out or get in the end zone. What a punt.
That's the old coffin corner. And then what did they mark that as? Is that the 2.5 yard line? Just a great punt. If it were Moose, if I were Moose, I'd have a lot more to say. Oh,
there is a flag on the field. This is on the far side near the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to guess, without seeing anything that happened, this is a sideline warning. This feels sideline warning-y.
I'm going to guess this is not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, your guess is going to be right.
Illegal formation. Too many men in the backfield on a kicking.
Look at you.
Hey, I'm 1 for 6.
Look at you.
You know what that means? I could play baseball.
That's true. Oh, man. You know, that's the second week in a row we're going to talk about a young Dax, but he's been texting me.
Okay.
Dad, you can't miss any flag calls. He's going to be real disappointed today. It's his birthday today.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's going to be real sad that on his birthday his dad let him down and missed a flag call.
Well,
so.
Dax, happy birthday.
Big 7.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
So Lone Peak will have to do this again. That angle doesn't have the depth. It will take a bounce, go out about the 20-yard line.
So a couple of just pre-snap self-inflicted stuff there that really, it's not going to show up in the box score as much.
But it's impactful.
But a bad snap keeps points off the board. That's a big win for Corner Canyon. And then just a simple procedure penalty, not getting lined up correctly.
17-yard difference.
It's a 17-yard, those hidden yards throughout the game. Corner is too good to give those kind of self-inflicted advantages. I mean, those are 2 plays that I don't know how this game's going to play out, but we're going to want to remember those, put an earmark on these 2 plays. This was just a bad series for Lone Peak.
First down, they'll throw out into the flat. Good block around the edge, turned up field, gain there, almost a first down. May have the first down on the catch there by Meza.
Yeah, great job by Meza. He gets up to his top speed so quickly that they can find different ways to use him.
Look, I'm not as smart as Coach Kerr. I'm surprised that they did kind of abandon the run game for 2 drives. They got to get back to that here, right?
I would think so.
Briggs on a 2nd and 1. There you go. Room up the middle. Weston Briggs now carrying guys across the 50 to the 45. I felt like they ran the ball well. I was kind of surprised they did go 5 wide. You mentioned it, right? I just thought they have ran it well.
Well, I wonder if a lot of it, too, I mean, to try to put ourselves in the mind of Coach Kerr, let's give them a different look so that Lone Peak can get off their number a little bit.
Back-to-back runs here is Briggs looking left side. He's in the open field. Briggs inside the 20. Touchdown, Corner Canyon. Their last touchdown drive was just through the air. This one on the ground, and Briggs with the answer.
Weston Briggs, he's a big play waiting to happen. And when he's running behind this offensive line, anchored by Eason Taffa, there's going to be a lot of holes, and Weston Briggs does a fantastic job of finding that crease, and then he does the rest as he marches into the end zone.
He's a very upright runner.
Yeah,
Weston is.
He runs tall, but
it doesn't slow him down.
No, and he's so big and strong that he doesn't give up a whole lot in leverage. He may be tall, but the lower guy could come in, and he's still big and strong enough to shed that tackle.
Well, we have a moment. We'll just stay here. Thank a couple of our other sponsors, including doTERRA, proud sponsor of Lone Peak football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. Also want to thank Tiny Hero, a Utah nonprofit giving families hope and help when their baby is born with CDH. They provide support, grants, and a community standing with them every step of the way. Visit tinyhero.org to learn more. And finally, want to thank Stroformance, a science-based speed and performance training system using state-of-the-art technology and data to train thousands of athletes, and is a proud sponsor of the Lone Peak football team.
Great sponsors. Well, Corner Canyon, they just do it so quickly. It feels like we've watched the Lone Peak offense all night long, and yet here we are at 21-21.
Time of possession has certainly been in favor of Lone Peak.
Yeah.
Right? Which, by the way, for those interested, game at the half, Davis American Fork, 17-7 Darts up at the break.
That's a big test for Davis.
It's a big test for AF, too.
Oh, look at this little squib.
Yeah, this one on the ground. Better
That's
jump
a
on
live
this.
football.
Oh, looking sideline. Nice return. We've seen a couple real nice returns tonight for Fanua on those kickoffs.
Well, I think, and I haven't been officially tracking, but I think by maybe a half a yard, this is the worst field position that Lone Peak will start.
They had the 39 on the last drive.
Was it 39?
It was a 39.
Okay. Well, then this is great field position.
But it's crazy, isn't it?
It is. I mean, that was a play that it looked like that one was going nowhere when Fanua picked up that ball, and yet he's able to make something happen and give Lone Peak plus field position again.
Inside 5 minutes here in this first half. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They'll run. Turn upfield, they go right back to Fanua, the senior. I think this is his first carry of the game, picks up 9.
Yeah, great carry, pick up 9. He gets that contact. He's a little bit of a different style running back from Tahi and Barney. He's a little bit smaller, a little bit shiftier. Had to show it off there. He was being chased from behind. Yeah, he does have some juice. Now, if you're Lone Peak here, you've got 4 minutes. You get the ball to start the second half. This is an opportunity to, yes, go get points on the board, but at minimum, drain that clock.
I'm a big fan of the middle 8.
Yes.
I always have been, actually. On second down, Christensen looking. Gonna throw this that was out of bounds, incomplete. Boy, Pula kind of came back, and then he tried to kind of send him back again, just running out of time and space.
Yeah, if there's a guy, and I'm going to throw up kind of a heave-ho, broken play ball, I'm going to throw it away from Diesel Dart.
Get it out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, Diesel Dart is a ball hawk from the safety spot. If that name sounds familiar, yes, that Dart. Diesel Dart right there came down with the interception, just came down out of bounds.
By the way, weren't we talking Diesel Dart when I had the Tommy Boy reference?
Was that Diesel?
I think it was.
I think you're right.
The freshman year. They'll run, not a lot of room, but enough for that first down. Boy, there did not seem to be much of a hole there.
No, but Fanua uses that footwork, gets just enough. I mean, when I say just enough, he gets just enough.
Inches.
Moves the chains, keeps that clock going. Like I say, I mean, there's 2 goals. Obviously, you want to score. Whatever it takes, score. But that secondary goal, do not leave any time on the clock for Corner Canyon's high-powered offense. You need first downs like that.
In fact, I'd even say it's okay if you don't score so long as they don't get the football.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
I don't recall if we've seen a timeout yet. I think both teams have all their timeouts. It's Fanua bouncing off of guys. Man, he's tough.
Yeah, look at the balance of Isaac Fanua. I mean, we saw it on a kickoff return. We've seen it on a few carries here. He seems to bounce off that first contact every time he touches the football.
My apologies. Lone Peak only has 2 timeouts. They did take 1 earlier. So 2 timeouts for Lone Peak, all 3 for Corner. Here's a 2nd and 4 coming up for the Knight offense.
And you can see Lone Peak, they're not in any hurry. Huddle. get to the line, check things out. They're taking their time bleeding this clock.
Yeah, 10 left on the play clock here. They'll snap it. Pressure around the edge picked up as Christensen will not get past that big 6'7" junior.
Yeah,
Manasseh Brown.
Manasseh Brown, once again, great play, really great read by Cruz Christensen. He had the first down, but Manasseh Brown is there with that big wingspan, 6'7" wingspan, able to bring down Cruz Christensen and put Lone Peak in a 3rd and 5.
Where do you go here?
Well, I go to number 5. They've gone to number 5.
How do you free him up?
From the 45.
I don't know. I think when you have a guy like what I've seen from Jiren Pula, give it to him on a carry, let him go deep, run a hitch, just find a way to get him the ball. He'll go make a play.
They'll motion him. Pressure coming. Christensen running out of time, going to step up, try to get it with his legs, and he does! Oh, goodness. Cruz Christensen would not be denied. First down, Lone Peak.
You know, all the touchdown passes that he's had tonight have been great. That might be the best play that we've seen from Cruz Christensen, to recognize that pressure and to go and make a play. And that's going to be the difference in our secondary goal of bleed the clock. That first down is going to be the one that does it.
Because you're down to 90 seconds left here in this first half, and that clock's still running. That is a huge conversion for the junior quarterback.
Oh, Cruz Christensen, we didn't talk about him at all coming into the season. He surprised us. That was a heck of a football
He's got
play.
another year, folks. Pressure coming up the middle. Picked up, caught. Pula, this is Keenan. That ball came out. Would have had the first down. Corner says they have it. Still waiting for an indication here from the officials.
Even players. Normally you see both sides poke. Oh,
It is Lone Peak.
He gets back on it. Boy,
Wow.
there were a lot of white shirts
Yes,
around that
there
football.
were. I'm shocked Lone Peak kept that.
Yeah, for Pula to come down with that. Sometimes, I mean, he does get a little bit loose with the football at times.
You can just kind of see that out.
Just bounced right back
Yep.
into his chest. Could not have gone anywhere else. There were about 5 Corner Canyon jerseys and 1 Jiren Pula, and Pula's the one who comes down with it.
Inside a minute here in this first half. First down for Lone Peak. Barney looking for a lane in the middle. Tate Barney. He's got the first down to the 15-yard line. You take a timeout here, Jeff. Yeah, Coach Brockbank will.
Yeah, good timeout. Now you've got 35 seconds left. You still have a timeout in your pocket, so you have all of your playbook at your disposal. And really what this does is this gives you got 3 shots at the end zone if you want it.
Yep.
Now what a run by Tate Barney after the catch. The way he just bounces off tacklers.
Yeah.
That's a strong runner.
I love that screenplay. I was not thinking screen at
No.
all there because we just haven't seen him run it very much.
Right.
But great time to call it. You know, the other thing I was thinking just a moment ago, and not that this is the moment where you want to call it, but we also haven't seen them on that shovel or on that sweep to Pula. That's how they started the game, to get the ball in his hands really on the ground game.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen him go back to that since really that opening drive.
It's definitely there,
It is.
and they've got things that they can do off of that play design as well. So that's something that could be at Coach Brockbank's disposal. And then, of course, you've always just got, hey, if you got Jiren in one-on-one, run him to the corner of the end zone and give him a chance to make a play. It's worked so far.
You've got 35 seconds left, 1 timeout. Corner has all 3, right? So
Yeah.
Are you looking straight end zone here with 35 seconds, or are you like, hey, we can still run it, we can still look kind of shorter of end zone? What are you thinking
Yeah,
here?
I think, well, it depends on how much you trust your quarterback. I think I'm giving Cruz Christensen 2 play calls, especially coming out of this timeout. If he gets a run look, give it to Barney or Tahi out of the backfield. If he doesn't get that run look, then yeah, you go to the end zone and you're taking shots.
Pula to the bottom of the screen. They'll run. Barney able to slip through a couple tacklers, but will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down back at the 18, and that will be the last timeout here taken by Lone Peak.
See, now with this timeout, I think that's what it was. I think there were a couple of play calls there, and Cruz Christensen probably had his options. But now, without that timeout in your pocket, you got to take shots at the end zone. You don't want that clock to run,
Or you can go sideline.
or you can go sideline.
Interesting. Hey, can I give you a little? Let's play a little game, shall we?
Sure.
You love when we play games.
I love these.
Let's give Jeff a little quiz.
Perfect.
All
I'm
right?
so good at this.
So, of the teams that Lone Peak has beat in program history, okay, so we already mentioned Lone Peak 3-8 against Corner Canyon all time.
Yeah.
Of the teams that Lone Peak has beat in their program history, only one team has a higher winning percentage against Lone Peak than Corner Canyon. Do you know who that team is?
I mean, the short answer to your question is no, I don't.
Do you want to take a guess?
Let me think about this.
If you get this, Jeff, I will buy you a steak dinner.
Well, jeez. Now I got to get crazy with my guess. And I got to say something random, like Riverton.
We'll give you the answer after this. 2nd down and 13. Looking end zone, has Pula caught, touchdown. It's Jiren Pula in the end zone for the Knights.
When one Pula's covered, just look towards the other one. Jiren Pula this time does a great job tapping his toes, gets that one in. Great ball by Cruz Christensen. That could not have gone better for the Lone Peak Knights. They leave just 21 seconds on the clock for Corner Canyon. They punch the ball into the end zone. Cruz Christensen with his 4th touchdown pass of the night.
Great throw. Again, it's a Pula getting behind the defense, which has been the story of the game tonight. But I love that he goes to Keenan on that play. We saw them incorporate him more, but okay. Now you can't just bracket Jiren all night then, right? Because we can go to either. We got options.
Man, I love the ball. I love the way that Cruz Christensen has played.
No kidding.
I've been so impressed.
You think about the pressure. He's playing with 2 D1 receivers.
Yeah.
That's not easy to come in and be like, all right, hey, let's move this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and he's just done great. He's done great all year long. And we've followed box scores. We've seen highlights. This is the first time we've seen Lone Peak live, Dane.
They're good.
And I had the question coming in of how for real is Cruz Christensen? Because I've seen the stats, I've seen the highlight plays, and I think I had a tendency to maybe put a lot of the credit on the wide receiver or maybe on the offensive line. But here tonight, seeing Cruz Christensen do his thing, man, he is very, very good. He is poised in that pocket.
He's got a lot of tools, man.
He's good. I mean, he is delivering an accurate ball just about every time he puts it in the air.
And he can do it different ways, right? I mean, that one, he's got to be more on a line, really one spot to hit. We've seen him kind of loft it, like guys run under it. We've seen him throw, snaps over the middle, outs. Like, he's been good. Okay, here, before we get there, does my crew know the answer to our question? All right,
do not.
The answer is Hunter. Hunter is 4-1 against Lone Peak all time.
This is like early 2000s Hunter.
It would be. It's been a while.
Yeah, this
It's
is
been a
this
while.
is Matt Asiata's Hunter.
But there you go. I was stunned by that, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, 28-21.
3 timeouts for corner, and this offense, 20 seconds, they can do this.
They can do this. They'll go underneath. Room here, getting out of bounds quickly. There is Mayberry after his first reception.
Jashawn Mayberry, that's a guy that we need to talk about more. He's had a huge year. He's one of those guys, Dane, I don't know what the local schools aren't seeing, but man, I would jump on Jashawn Mayberry. He just produces.
5'10", 160. I would guess that height is probably in that conversation, but look, put him over the slot. Like there's plenty of ways he can still impact a game. As Kasuga running out of time. Over the middle, caught. And this is Morris. He'll get out of bounds inside the 40. 7 seconds left. That quickly.
Man, what a play by Kasuga to evade that pressure. The way he spun out of that was a next level move. My goodness, you see on the replay. And then to maintain his composure and deliver a dime downfield. That's a heck of a play by Kasuga.
By the way, they've just moved, 40 yards in
13 seconds?
With using no timeouts either, by the way. Kasuga throws this out, got to get out of bounds. Meza will do that. 1.8 seconds left.
I was watching in I guess in the pregame, I think this is outside of field goal range for corner. So this is a heave it to the end zone. Kasuga obviously has the arm to make this happen. But with guys like Zay Morris and Kai Meza, they could go deep and run a true Hail Mary, but they're fast enough, Dane, that if corner has a play and they have timeouts to go set this up, if they have a play that they could get the ball to one of those two underneath and set up blockers downfield, Lone Peak can't just sit back in a prevent defense here. Like there are good enough athletes in this wide receiver room for Corner Canyon that they can take a 15-yard pass underneath and still get to the end zone with the right blocking.
You like that option? You think you have time to get the blocking set up for that? I mean, for me, it feels like you're 35 yards out. That feels like a lot to do, but
it depends on the defense, right? I mean, if Lone Peak is sitting, if they're dropping 8 into coverage and they're sitting back saying, hey, we're not going to get beat over the top, playing that Hail Mary defense, and they only rush 3, yeah, with this offensive line, I think they could set up a lot of things downfield. So I guess it kind of depends on what the look is. Now, we've seen teams, and knowing Ryan Denny's tendencies, I would probably bring pressure against Kasuga on this one, and I would expect that's what Lone Peak does. But if they sit back in a prevent defense and only bring 3, then absolutely.
I'm just thinking, has Kasuga, he's not been sacked tonight.
No, I think it's been close, but he's been able to get out of pressure the 1 or 2 times that he's had pressure.
We'll see what they do.
1.8 on the clock.
35 yards to go, barring a defensive penalty here, probably the last game or the last play of the half. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Kasuga stepping up. Gonna look to the end zone, and it is incomplete. No flags on the play. That will do it. So we've reached the break. 28-21. Lone Peak leading top-ranked Corner Canyon. We'll have halftime and be back with the second half in about 20 minutes. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSLSports.com.
At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
Welcome back. Knight Stadium started the second half. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen with you. Lone Peak leading Corner Canyon 28-21. Jeff, first half, wow.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected it to play out like that, except for maybe the people wearing Lone Peak helmets tonight. Could not have gone better for the Knights. And really, if you think about it, Dan, they kind of left some points on the board.
Yes, they did.
They had some opportunities that slipped away. That first half was all Lone Peak.
Yeah, they left 7 for sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And look, but if you're corner, I don't want to say they played bad. They did. They had some things they'd love to clean up, right? Still just a 7-point game, but they've got to find a way to stop this Lone Peak offense, because right now I've been surprised how effective Lone Peak's been able to move the ball on the ground, through the air. It's like, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, Tate Barney, Sean Tahi, they're getting things going in the running game. And then look, Jiren Pula is a cheat code. That they have had several 3rd and longs, 4th and longs, and Cruz Christensen's just throwing it up. Oh, an onside kick here.
Lone Peak ready for that one. I actually don't mind that. If you're corner, you take a shot, essentially, right? See if you can't find a cheap one. But
yeah, they almost came up with it. And right here, it's this 40-yard line.
It's the same field position. It's like, why not, right?
Let's just keep watching the same drive over and over and over again. Yeah, that was a really great play. I didn't catch a number on who picked that up, but boy, that was a really good play.
Yeah, heady play.
Nearly spelled trouble.
We talked about Cruz Christensen, how good he's been. Christensen, my apologies. And he will start with football. Here leading by 7 in this third quarter. Pula with the catch. It's Jiren, gain of about 6, maybe 7.
Mason Hamilton from that safety spot, man, he's a
Made a lot
hard
of
hitter.
tackles.
He's a hard hitter, man. He comes down with a full head of steam from the safety spot, and he brings the lumber with him.
Yeah, he has made a lot of hits, a lot of tackles tonight, which I don't know, probably not a great thing when your safety's your leading tackler. As a fan of the Idaho Vandals and the Arizona Cardinals, I know that from experience. But he's flown around tonight.
Yes, he has. Jiren Pula came off. He's limping a little bit. Something to watch for sure.
He'll go on the ground. I think that was Tahi, able to pick up just 2.
Go figure. Mason Hamilton again with the big hit from that safety spot. This time he reads the run play really well, and once again he brings the lumber with him. And here we are. It's a 3rd down, and Jiren Pula's still on the sideline.
He's still on the sideline. He's a couple people talking to him.
Like maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
He's not nearing the table. He's on the sideline. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be okay. But he's not on for this 3rd and 2. Staying on the ground, 1st down, Lone Peak. Right back to that run game has been so effective.
Yeah, and a great read by Sean Tahi there. Corner brings a run blitz to fill those gaps, but Sean Tahi does a good job of finding his crease, hitting his gap hard, and picking up the 1st down to move the chains. Just what you need if you're this Lone Peak offense.
By the way, it might have been, the kids out doing the halftime, but no one has left. Everyone's still in the stadium.
It is standing room. I mean, every seat is full.
And now they are looking at Pula on that sideline. 1st down, and we've got penalty flags here.
Yeah, looked like some early movement on that one. That's going to move Lone Peak back.
We talked about the cheat code that Pula has been, and right now this is that cheat code's on the sideline. I don't want to say you got to earn it now, but it certainly looks different now than it did in that 1st half.
Yeah, he's just such a huge part of this offense. He gets involved in the run game. He is the 3rd down offense. And look, there's been several plays where things have broken down for Lone Peak, and Cruz Christensen just throws it up to Jiren Pula and lets him go make a play. If he's unable to get back into this game, that changes the game dramatically.
1st and 15. Here's Keenan. Has the catch, penalty flag coming in on this play. Keenan throws a man down the sideline, but there is a flag back here behind the line of scrimmage.
A great play by Keenan Pula. Just hit the way that he gets physical after the catch, throwing guys down. As we look at the replay with the little juke, the stiff arm. Boy, he hits his top speed quickly, but I think the flag is
coming back,
making it all for naught.
Jiren Pula back to his feet around the coaches. Looks like he's ready to go.
He's trying to get back in the game.
Yes, he is.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense.
Man, that's the 2nd time they've had that.
Number 88 was covered.
Oh, had the tight end covered.
That's a tough one.
Yep.
That's one of those that it's going to stick out in film review tomorrow morning.
So back them up. It'll be 1st and 20 here. And Pula, he is on the sideline. He's not in on this play. In fact, Keenan isn't in either.
I'm going to guess that this will be a run play.
That would be my guess as well.
Real bold guess by both of us.
Boy, Tahi making a couple men miss. He kind of juggled that initially.
Tahi's a lot of fun to watch run,
Yeah.
isn't he? Because he's a big guy. He can run people over, but he's shiftier than he probably gets credit for. You saw it there with the quick spin move, and here finally number 5, Jiren Pula, getting back onto the field. So everybody, Lone Peak fans everywhere, collective sigh of relief. Jiren Pula's back on the field.
2nd and 13 here.
I'm curious what adjustments Corner's defense did where Jiren Pula had such a big 1st half. How does Corner adjust to try to contain him?
Looking downfield for Keenan. No, that was for Jiren. My apologies. Incomplete. Boy, threaded pass there, not a lot of room to work, and
Intended for number 5, Jiren Pula.
Pretty good ball by Cruz Christensen. A lot of traffic, a lot of hands in those windows, but at the end of the day, that got right where it needed to go. Good ball by Cruz Christensen, and one that I think Jiren Pula is going to say, I wish I had that one back.
3rd and 13. They've got to get to the 37.
13, Knights.
Spreading things out here, Lone Peak, 4 wide.
Have an opportunity deep. That one incomplete. Was trying to find Seth Woolley on the out route. Couldn't connect, and it'll bring up a 4th down here. Lone Peak will have to punt.
And Lone Peak will come on. They've had some of those hidden yards in the punt game. A couple of really good angled punts, but make sure they get aligned here pre-snap, get everything situated right. That cost them early in the first half.
And again, an opportunity to create some separation that they can't capitalize on. And corner will get the ball back with a chance again to tie it up. This punt angled away from Dart. It's going to take a bounce towards him. It'll be down at the 18.
Pretty good punt. You know, when we talk about the field position battle, Lone Peak has started at, the 40-yard line plus just about all night long. Feels like corner has had long fields every time they're on the field.
While corner comes out, we want to thank Tiny Hero for their sponsorship of Lone Peak Football, a Utah nonprofit giving families hope and help when their baby is born with CDH. They provide support, grants, and a community standing with them every step of the way. Visit tinyhero.org to learn more. First drive for the Chargers, kept here by Kasuga. Haven't seen him run much tonight, as he's ahead for a gain there of about 9 yards.
You got to feel pretty comfortable as a runner when 77 Easton Taffa is out in front of you. You got to feel pretty good.
We were down on the field before the game, and we saw Taffa. It was like, yeah, that's a big cat.
He is not small.
No.
Not small.
No, he's not. 2nd down on the ground, Briggs, but we've got a whistle here. Official timeout.
Yeah, that went really quick. I wonder if things weren't set. Coach Kerr's not happy about it.
Official timeout. Replay that play. You got him off?
Just needed a do-over.
So it'll be...
Sounds like an injured player was coming off the field and hadn't made his way off the field yet, so the ref stepped in and blew it dead.
2nd down and 1, Chargers.
Try it again. Briggs, 1st down for Corner Canyon. You see him just continue to rumble ahead. Gain of 9 for Weston Briggs.
Just such a physical runner. He uses all of that 6'2" frame.
Number 25, Weston Briggs, the ball carrier, picks up the 1st down for the Chargers.
A little bit more of a methodical drive than we've seen from corner.
Yep. I like this, though. Get back to the balance. Briggs right side. Briggs near that 1st down. I think he's got it.
I think he's
No,
right,
he's not. They had that
close.
stick. They had that stick way short.
Well, they had
never
it angled
stretched it.
down.
Yeah, they
really,
never stretched
They
it,
didn't
so
do you any favors.
They did
on that
not.
one. But no, this is a big drive. Look, I know it's they had halftime to rest, but the corner defense is on the field so much in that first half. You've got to find a way to give them a little bit of a breather.
2nd and 4 here. Back to 25. Briggs stood up. Still gain 2 there.
Number 25, Weston Briggs.
Briggs with 3rd and short.
Really good play by Tony Grimmer from the linebacker spot. Came up, made the big tackle. Put corner in a 3rd and short.
See if the Knights can say nay here on this 3rd down. A couple jumps there, did not cross the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 6. Kasuga designed run, hit in the pocket, and will go down. The Knights who say nay, that defense makes the stop. It'll be a 4th down.
Boy, and that's a great read. That corner coaching staff on that hard count. They thought they saw something. They called a different play, a little check with me. Whatever they checked into, Lone Peak, Ryan Denny had his guys ready for it. Big play, huge play for this Lone Peak defense.
So 4th down, and now corner will send the punting unit out. Boy, high kick. Not a lot of distance. Going to take a corner bounce and be down and give Lone Peak their worst field position of the night all the way back at the 30.
You know, there was a brief moment while that ball was in the air. I thought this might go out of the 40. I mean, that 40-yard line again.
We've got a TV timeout. We're going to step aside here. Lone Peak will come out their second possession of the half, still looking for that first dual possession lead.
1st and 10.
Welcome back. Lone Peak, see if they can get back in that rhythm. Felt like the Pulas being off that last possession really kind of disrupted the flow that they had.
Yeah. And they're both back, find a way to, oh, whoa.
Hey, just like you draw it up, huh? Corner Canyon able to get there, no gain on the run, but man, we've seen a couple times where that snap's been a little hot to handle.
That's going to go down as a trick shot in my book. I mean, it's a run for no gain, but just a little touch pass behind you. We're not calling that a fumble. We're not calling that a bad snap. That's a trick shot. New element here.
Nice. I like it.
It's the Dude Perfect era, man.
There you go.
Trick shots are a thing.
Anyone can do it when you're not playing a game. We did it during a real game.
Hey, come on, Tyler.
Inside the 5-minute mark here in our third. Ray. Momentum taken out of bounds after a gain of 4.
Pretty athletic move by Ray to bring that ball in. Get his feet down. Not a huge gain, but makes this third and a little bit more manageable for Lone Peak.
You know, one of the other things that you got to give this corner defense some credit. There's some eye candy going on right now, right? You get the Pula's top side, you run them deep. You got to be real disciplined, stay home. Corner limited that gain. Sets up this 3rd and 7. Pressure up the middle. Christensen, boy, somehow able to find some room, looking over the middle, and that was incomplete. The contact coming on Fanua right as the ball got there. We'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. It would have been well short of the first down. You know, after that high-scoring first half, what do you know?
Yeah, what is this punt thing?
It's a few punts.
He's stopped by number 14, Jackson Evans.
Kind of forgot that was a part of the game, the punting.
4th down and 7 for the Knights.
As a Vandal fan, you never forget that, Jeff. You're reminded every week. They have intentionally not, oh boy. That one away. I was going to say they really haven't given corner a chance to even catch punts. This is the first time Darce had a chance to catch it.
Yeah.
Fair catch at 35.
Really impressive to even get that punt off. They had to make a great play to haul the snap in.
You know, you like to give kickers a hard time, but Sam Parker's done a nice job. He's had a couple, again, I know the one won't go down in the books. It's a great punt inside the 3. He's had a couple of those tonight.
For what it's worth, I've been very pro kicker so far this year. I'm not pro Moose.
I was going to say, you're not Moose.
No, well, nobody is. Even Moose doesn't really want to be Moose. It just sort of happens.
He really doesn't have a choice.
He doesn't. It just is like wakes up like, still the kicker.
Corner here, back out on the field. Like the quickest offensive possessions we've had all night. Stay on the ground, Briggs looking left side. Tripped up after a gain of 6. Important tackle made there by Lone Peak's defense.
Yeah, Tony Grimmer once again. Second time we've called his name this half. That was a big tackle because Briggs had a full head of steam.
Yeah. Second down and 2, Tigers.
They have been, we kind of talked about this late in the half, kind of the run versus the pass. It's been very heavy run oriented. They'll toss this one out into the flat, and Meza gonna go down. Impressive open field tackle made there for Lone Peak. That was Kingston Stroshine, the freshman, with the stop.
Just a freshman. Kingston Stroshine is a name you're gonna want to remember. He is going to be really, really good. By the time he's a senior, we're talking national level recruit. Kingston Stroshine is an absolute dog for this Lone Peak defense.
Another 3rd and short here for corner. He'll go on the ground. I think he's short. Yeah, they're going to mark him a yard short. I think coming in to make that stop might have been Cubby Hoyle. Yes, it was.
I don't think you hesitate. I think you get right back on the ball. You maybe call the same play. With this offensive line and Weston Briggs, you've got to feel confident if you're Corner Canyon.
4th and 1, confusion. Lone Peak has to take a timeout.
Oh, man. Some confusion. Lone Peak had some guys running in that shouldn't have been running in. That just, man, tough way to spend a timeout in a one-possession game.
Yeah, they're going to go to break here, so we'll step aside, take a break with them. 4th and 1, corner. We'll see what Coach Kerr likes to do after this. 4th and 1, offense staying on the field here for Corner Canyon. Lone Peak looking for a stop.
Bot Mulitalo checks into the game on defensive line. Haven't seen a whole lot of him on defense.
I love it, though. I love it. They will run. Briggs, I think he got it.
Close.
Yeah, I'll give him the 41. Needed the 40. That'll be a first down for corner.
And second effort, it looked like right there at Bot Mulitalo as we talk about him. He had the pushback, and Briggs was able to bounce off the contact, find the gap, and pick up just enough for that first down.
You like that call there, Jeff?
I do, yep.
Kasuga over the middle, incomplete. Nice play there made by Toatele Afu, the senior DB.
Yeah, really great play to get that pass break up.
Intended for number 7, Lucas Jackson. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
I'll be interested to see Kasuga's stats after the game. I feel like 63% completion percentage coming in. I feel like he's been below that tonight. And he hasn't played bad. It's just been Lone Peak's made nice defensive plays.
Yeah, I think so.
2nd down. Good pocket. Over the middle. Incomplete. It was intended there for Zay Morris.
Ball's incomplete. Isaiah Morris is the
hit him in
receiver.
one hand. Bring him a 3rd and 10.
And first time in a long time we've had a 3rd and long for corner. I'm trying to think. Haven't seen one this half.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw one late in the second quarter either.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Kasuga looking, caught by Mayberry. Man, he took contact there as well as Tanuvasa came up. That's a heck of a grab by Jay Sean.
That's a heck of a catch by Mayberry and a great ball by Kasuga. Like, he's had some incompletions. We talk about his completion percentage. It feels like he's been mostly on target.
Yeah.
There's been some drops. There's been some great defensive plays. Right there, great play by his wide receiver.
We'll move the sticks. First down. Helaman, that ball deflected and picked off. Interception, Lone Peak. Held on to that just a bit too long, and the pressure of that pass rush, able to get a hand on the ball and make it float.
Yeah, really great job by Kasuga to step up into the pocket. That's exactly what you want. But the pressure's able to come from behind, and he gets just enough of the arm of Helaman Kasuga. That ball flutters up, and that goes as an interception. That's a huge play. And Dane, I'll give you one guess where Lone Peak's starting field position is.
Same spot, the 39-yard line.
All night long. That 39-yard line has been worn out.
By the way, doTERRA is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. Oh, look out. Jeff, we talked about it. They really had not used Pula in the run game. Love this play here, but a flag behind the play. This is coming back.
This is coming back. This is blindside block territory, maybe a hold, something like that.
Yeah, they're going to call that blindside, I believe. I don't know if that's the official high school call, but
right.
That's the essence of what they just called.
I wonder if the refs talk about it, because this one's a tough one, that it was a big physical hit. But the design of that play is to confuse that defender. think by the book it's the right call, but I wonder if they're going to talk about this one.
Personal foul. Illegal helmet contact.
Oh, helmet.
Initial contact with the helmet. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, so it was helmet contact. Again, hard to tell from that angle where that contact is. It is a hard block. It's a physical block. It's two physical players. Hard to tell on that look.
Hard
where
to
the
tell
contact
with the
was.
angle that we have, for sure.
So that will be a costly one. 15-yard penalty. First and 25. Christensen, and boy, he had a lot of time, and a late flag coming in here as they kind of held on to Christensen well after the whistles. Some extended play, and that will help Lone Peak dig out of this situation.
Yeah, I mean, a really strong play by Jace Kozlowski. But yeah, he just held on, had the up around the helmet, and he just had that hit to the head area. You had that here. I think this one is an easy call for the refs. And it was a great play.
During the play, personal foul, face mask. Grabbing an opening of the helmet.
Yeah.
15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Well, and the tricky part there is the flag came in after the play had been blown dead, but that play was called, or the foul was called during the play, so it's still first down.
So, I usually like to say it all works out in the wash,
It
Jeff.
did, yeah.
First and 10 at the 39.
First and 10. This is a situation where the numbers are lying to
You just took a
them.
bunch of clock off. I mean, this isn't a bad thing if you're Lone Peak, right?
That's what you want.
We're running the risk of having a quarter with no points in this game. I don't know how to feel about that. Go back to the ground here. And Tahi, trying that left side, will gain 3.
Number 1, Sean Tahi was the ball carrier.
Yep. Really well read by the Corner Canyon defense. Manasseh Brown got into the backfield, and he's able to get just enough of Tahi to bring him down.
I like this. I feel like Christensen hasn't been able to get that ball out as quickly in this third quarter as he did in the first half. And so that pressure, the pass rush, that pocket's collapsing, it's kind of forcing him to do some things that we didn't see in that first half.
Yeah.
I kind of like trying to get that ground game going again, help him kind of get resettled.
I think so too. And look, Corner Canyon's done a much better job on Jiren Pula in this
Yes,
half
they have.
as well.
On the ground, Tahi through the lane. Tahi first down. Great carry there for the junior back.
That's going to move the chains and could take us. I'm assuming this is going to take us to the quarter.
Well, it'll be Lone Peak's choice, and I think that will be their choice indeed. So we will head to the fourth. 28-21, Lone Peak trying to stun Corner Canyon here in week 6. They'll have a first down when we come back. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSL Sports.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash your card.
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
As we get ready to start this fourth quarter, we want to thank our sponsors here of Lone Peak Football, including Stroformance, a science-based speed and performance training system using state-of-the-art technology and data to train thousands of athletes, and is a proud supporter of the Lone Peak football team. Also want to thank G2G Protein Bar, fresh, healthy, and delicious. When you eat one, you'll know, thanks to G2G Protein Bar. Also, Safe Streets. Enjoy the game with peace of mind. Your home is protected 24/7 with Safe Streets Smart Security. Serving 46 states with the country's top 5-star rating. That's 150,000 5-star reviews in just 3 years. Want home automation? Leave it to the nation's best, Safe Streets. Visit safestreets.com. And finally, Kessler Allaire Insurance. For a range of reasons, call Kessler Allaire Insurance Services. Want to thank our sponsors here of Lone Peak Football. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen, first and 10, Lone Peak to start this fourth quarter.
I like a G2G protein bar. They're pretty good.
They are good. You
And
know,
I'm not a protein bar guy, but
I was
I
going
like
to say,
those.
I'm picky with protein bars. You got to find the right one.
Yeah.
G2G, I'm a fan.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
They're good enough that even if they weren't a sponsor, I'd still
You'd
give a
still
shout
do
out.
it?
Yeah,
Look at you,
Yeah.
Jeff.
they're that good.
Do you think you see Lone Peak continue to run, or do you think they get back to that passing attack here?
Well, then that's the trouble. It's still only a one-score game, and
Yep.
so if I'm Lone Peak, you've got to find a way to get some distance when you have these opportunities. I still am airing it out. I'm still looking to my best players, and Jiren and Jiren Pula.
Coverage is off here at the bottom of the screen. They'll stay on the ground. Tahi up the middle. Trying to spin around. They'll credit him with 3 yards on the carry.
Number 1, Sean Tahi.
It's that tricky spot that coaches find themselves in. You got to keep your foot on the gas, keep doing the things that got you the lead. It's not a big enough lead, and there's still too much time. You can't just kill the clock. So, I mean, and Lone Peak's done a good job of this all day. They've mixed in the run. They've had Tahi and Barney and Fanua that have done their thing. So I don't think they'll abandon the run. But I don't think they can look away from the pass game when it's there.
Second down. Christensen gonna look over the middle, incomplete. Was trying to find Seth Woolley. Good coverage there by corner on the play.
Corner's done a good job on Woolley all night long. I think it's the second or third target that I can remember that Cruz Christensen has tried to find Woolley, but every single time there's been a corner defender in his pocket.
And corner really, outside of the Pulas, like, look, we'll man up.
Yeah.
Feel like, they've got coverage in place. And by and large, that's been the case tonight. 3rd and 7. Got to get to the 41 here. Over the middle, caught. Jiren Pula. There's a flag coming in here from the near side. I don't know, Jeff.
I think they're going to get another offensive lineman that just leaked downfield. This will be the 3rd one tonight.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 52 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
That was Bot Mulitalo. It looked like he just got a yard ahead of himself.
Boy, you get the conversion, and the penalty takes it away. We've seen a few penalties tonight for Lone Peak. Put them in some tough situations. This one's going to be really tough on a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, this is tough. That's more than a 5-yard penalty, right? I mean, that's only going to be 5 in the books, but that's really a 25-yard penalty.
Pulas to the top. That one caught, gonna be just short. Boy, looking for Ledger Holmes. He made the grab. It's gonna be short by 2 yards. What do you do here, Jeff?
Well, I think this makes the decision for Coach Brockbank, I think, a little bit easier. You've got to go for it.
Yeah.
With 4th and 2, you feel good with this running game with Tahi or Barney. Bring in one of those bigger backs.
You run it here on 4th. It's 4th and 3. You run it here on 4th and 3.
I like the run game here.
Do you?
I do. Which means they're going to pass.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of interested in like a in and out route for Jiren Pula, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Out. Jared caught. 1st down.
This is why you're in your seat and I'm in my seat.
Well, in fairness, I said like an in and out. That was just
It's
an
kinda,
out.
just
I'm
a
a fan
little
of
out.
burgers, right? My stomach's been a little upset, so I'm thinking other things on my mind right now. But
yeah. But at the end of the day, I said run play. I wasn't even close. I didn't even get the and out. I was just wrong.
well,
This is
it's
why
really
when,
just a guessing game.
when we drive, you drive, I sit shotgun. I'm the passenger princess on this ride.
1st down. Back to the ground game. Here's Barney. Running. Still on his feet. I thought he went down just near the line of scrimmage, but Tate kept going. Picks up 7.
He just kind of popped out of the pile there and was able to go for 3 or 4 more yards.
6-yard gain.
I'm not going to lie. 2nd and 3, I'd be really tempted to take a shot here. 2nd and 4, I'd still be tempted. A little premature fireworks on the south end.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Why are we shooting fireworks on September 19th?
Because it's September 19th, Jeff.
Good. Fair enough.
2nd down.
Good ball.
Yeah, little zone coverage there, and Jiren just finds a little soft spot. Able to haul it in, first down.
And that window was open. That's going to look like just a casual gain of 5, but the arm strength it takes to get that ball in that window. It was open. It was not going to be open for very long in that zone coverage. Cruz Christensen does a great job planting his feet and driving into that throw to find Pula.
Here's the other thing. I mean, I made the comment a few minutes ago. Felt like down the field wasn't as open. Pass rush was getting that ball's coming out quick for Christensen. It's shorter routes, quick reads.
Yep.
Make the throw. First down. Barney, little cutback. We'll pick up 4, maybe 5 on the carry.
Barney's done such a good job. Really, this entire Lone Peak rushing attack of getting 3 or 4 yards every single time on first down, and it makes everything more manageable after that.
That clock continuing to tick here, Jeff. We're down to 8.5 minutes.
If you're Lone Peak, you've got to find a way. If you're going to bleed the clock like this, you've got to punch this one into the end zone. They had a chance this side of their territory early in the first half, rather, and a turnover got to them.
Back on the ground, gets the edge. Tate Barney still on his feet now out of the 15. First down, Lone Peak.
Good vision by Tate Barney on that run. It's a design run to go up the middle. He sees he's got the outside. He makes the cutback. He gets to the edge and he moves the chains. And the clock continues to tick.
You know, we mentioned the all-time record between these two. Corner Canyon 8-3 against Lone Peak all-time. Lone Peak 3-8. If I recall, I think if Lone Peak were to win today, they'd move to 4-8. That would be the most wins a program has against Corner Canyon.
Wow.
4.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Left side carry. Tahi inside the 10 to the 9.
Great job, the Lone Peak offensive line on that play. That was beautifully blocked. You had Botmuli Talo from the tackle spot, sealing the edge. The guard stepped up, got to the second level. Really big hole for Tahi to run through.
Second down. Remember they ran a little bootleg on the south end back in the first half. I don't know, Jeff. I kind of like that.
It could be there. These last few carries, they're getting 5-6 yards a pop. You might just stick with the ground game.
I don't know if that was designed that way or not, but Christensen able to take it ahead. I think he's got the first.
He's right at the chains if he's not. And they're going to mark him just short.
Come on.
This is
3rd and inches.
Fall forward short. I mean, you're right there.
I didn't know we did that. I thought it must be far side hash. So it's literally the width.
Yeah.
Nearing the midway point of this fourth quarter. 2-possession lead at this point would be huge for Lone Peak. They'll run it. They'll pick it up. First down, Lone Peak at the 5.
You know, that's maybe best case scenario for Lone Peak. You're going to keep that clock running. You're still first and goal from the 5. You're feeling confident. And you can see, I mean, they are in no hurry to get on the ball and get to the line of scrimmage.
I mean, the other thing is Corner has gone almost 24 game time minutes without scoring.
Wow.
They'll run. Tahi picking up a couple. They scored with 4:52 left in the second quarter, Corner did. I mean, crazy.
Crazy.
Possession.
Yeah.
And then their 2 possessions, I think only 2 possessions since that point.
Yeah.
Stop and stop.
Yeah. Wow.
It's been impressive from Lone Peak tonight.
On both sides of the ball.
Yes.
The defense has played exceptionally well, forcing turnovers. And this offensive line, they've done really good work.
Pressure shown, doesn't matter. Touchdown, Lone Peak. It is Sean Tahi, and there's the multiple possession lead for the Knights.
This Lone Peak rushing attack, it was the passing attack in the first half to help Lone Peak get the early lead. The rushing attack just taking time off the clock. They punch it into the end zone, and Lone Peak capitalizes on the good field position. It's a 2-touchdown game with 5.5 minutes to play. Oh boy, Dane.
Well, is this point after up and good. Jeff, they started the fourth quarter with the ball.
Yeah.
That's over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We've got a TV timeout here. We're going to stay here because, look, the way this second half is evaporating, we might not have any more opportunity to talk about the rest of our Lone Peak sponsors. Of course, Lone Peak football on KSLSports.com can only happen because of the generous support of all of our sponsors. That includes our presenting sponsor, Skin Science. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Visit www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now. Also, I want to thank Johnston Law. It starts up front with the winning team. Johnston Law has been helping businesses succeed at every stage for over 15 years. Call or text today at 801-980-5300 and mention Lone Peak wins. Also want to recognize Reef Capital. Expect the best at Reef Capital. And PKJ Design Group, landscape architects and planners, quality, innovative, and environmental design. You can find it at PKJ Design Group. Well, Jeff, okay, here's a moment of transparency. We'll peel the curtain back.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised how this game has played out. Are you?
I am very surprised. In the spirit of candor,
Yeah.
we talked before the game and we said, hey, you know, the Corners had some really good teams. Could this be the best corner team? And both of us.
We both said yes.
And I still think that's true. This is a very good corner team. I'm super impressed with Lone Peak because this does not feel like Corner is beating themselves in this game. Lone Peak is taking it to Corner Canyon.
This is a top 15 team nationally in Corner Canyon. Lone Peak is ranked, I think, 61st coming into this one. Obviously, that Gorman game did not help them in terms of a national ranking. But you look at what Gorman did and then what they're doing tonight, and it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, and even that Gorman game, that kind of got away for some, extracurriculars and things like that. Lone Peak started in the second half to look a whole lot better.
They started to mount a bit of a comeback. This one fielded back at the 1, return up the middle here for Corner. And they'll start at the 25-yard line. So, look, 5:23 left. We've seen them run the ball extremely effective. Do you think they really do go through the air here?
Well, I think you're almost at that point in the game that you have to. Now, Corner can run. Weston Briggs can run. So it would be really hard to go away from that. But you're at the spot. We're down 2 scores with the way that Lone Peak has run the ball. If they get that ball back, I don't know that you're getting it back if you're Corner. So you kind of have to preserve as much clock as you can. And look, Helam and Kasuga, we talk about Jiren Pula, hey, go to your best guy. Helam and Kasuga is the best guy that Corner has. I would put the ball in his hands and feel really confident.
They will on first down. Kasuga gonna try to run this, and that pocket collapse. Just surges ahead for as much as he could. He'll get a yard, but boy, that was Maunga back in there causing the disruption.
Man, we called Tavita Maunga's name on the opening kickoff, and it seems like every time we've called it since, he's had huge plays. Big play to get not quite a sack, but a big play there.
They'll bring pressure with Maunga again. That one intercepted! Oh, what a play! Maybe the one that seals it for Lone Peak. What a break on the ball made by Tony Grimmer, who's been a monster tonight, but maybe the play of the game for Lone Peak.
This second half has been the Tony Grimmer half, and he caps it off with a huge interception there. What a great play. The closing speed from Grimmer to read that and to get into the passing lane as quick as he did. Kasuga's got a cannon.
Yes.
And Grimmer was able to step in front. That takes elite level speed.
And I thought it looked like the receiver had a step on him.
Yeah.
Like, that's a heck of a job using the angle there by Grimmer to cut it off. and making the diving stop. My goodness. 4:53 left, and it's first down Lone Peak, leading by 14. Run, run, run. Fanua will start and gain 6.
Man, that play by Tony Grimmer is absolutely huge. That, I think, Dane, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel pretty confident in saying that's a helmet sticker-worthy play.
I knew where you were going.
My goodness.
I knew where you were going. And again, you think about some of the tackles he had in this second half, right? I mean, he's been a monster defensively.
He has. Man. We talked about Kasuga coming into this game. He didn't have an interception coming in. Was that 2 or 3?
3.
And
3
then the
interceptions.
Fumble. I mean, Lone Peak has been, they have got to Kasuga.
4 turnovers for Lone Peak today. And they've also had 2 or 3 punts. Again, I mean, Lone Peak defensively, they've had a great game plan. First down here on the carry. We'll keep that clock running.
Fanua, man, showing off the quick feet. He cuts back, finds his lane. That was a great run by Fanua. Well, you're at the spot now, Dane, that these Lone Peak fans, they can feel it.
Some of the corner fans can as well. You're starting to see that side empty out a little bit.
This is I mean, it's a new press box. It's pretty sturdy. But I think if Lone Peak pulls this off, which they're trending towards, we're going to see if we make it. This side of the stadium is going to go crazy.
I think we'll be okay.
I know, but come on.
First down.
Let me have this.
Fanua, not a lot of room to work. Still able to find a couple yards, man.
Number 26, Isaac Fanua shoots ahead. Picks up 2
I mean,
yards.
you know, the students have multiple fence lines they have to cross to have any, you know, I just don't know. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know the likelihood of any ruckus tonight.
Actually meet at the north end
I don't
of the
know.
field immediately following the game to assist with cleanup.
I mean,
Thank
you're
you for
right.
your help, all
The
South
practical
Florida
side of
football
me
players.
says, yeah, Dane, you're right. But the impractical side of me says, you're about to beat Corner Canyon. It's a nationally ranked team. This is a rivalry game. And you find a way when, you know, whatever. I'm sure there's a saying.
And Lone Peak has to take a timeout here. That play clock was ticking down. That will stop that game clock at 2:39. Wow. Media timeout. We'll step aside. We'll be back. Lone Peak will have it second down as they are 2.5 away from upsetting the top-ranked team, Corner Canyon. Auto Plaza is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football, where you can find the best deals on the best cars, trucks, and SUVs with their legendary $3,500 rebate. Check out National Auto Plaza. I mean, we talk about trucks. We can talk about this offensive line for Lone Peak. They've been great tonight.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. The running backs are the ones who are going to get the credits in the credit in the box score. But really, the entire offensive line, from tackle to tackle, they have had a fantastic game.
It'll be 2nd and 7. 2.5 to go here in the fourth.
And Hudson Towing. Thank you to our great sponsors.
This would be back-to-back. We talk about
Second down and 8.
the last,
Lone Peak
what was
Knights.
that note? Yeah, the 8th game in 5 years.
Yeah.
And this would be the 4th win for Lone Peak. So they will have been 500 against Corner Canyon in the last 5 years.
It's impressive.
It is. Not a lot. Well, no one can say that.
No.
A run here will be bottled up, and Corner will take their first time out.
Number 26, Isaac Fanua.
And look, the students there, they know what's, Jeff, they're not going to let 2 fences stall. They're working through the first one now.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, man. So, Jeff, how big is this game for the state and for this region?
Well, it's big. For the region, I mean, for the state, I think everybody in the state has been looking at Region 3 all year long. And we've said, hey, I think Corner's the favorite in this region, but anybody can beat Corner on any given Friday. So I don't think that the result of, hey, Corner lost in a region game is going to be overly surprising. But I think as people dig into how this game played out, that will be surprising.
Is there another team who can do what Lone Peak did tonight?
I don't know. I look at the way that Jiren Pula was such a difference maker. He really helped Lone Peak in this first half. The way that he was able to get behind defenses and make big plays. But in the second half, it's been the running game. You know, if you look at Corner Canyon, maybe if there's one weakness on that defense, they don't have that big nose tackle that they used to have. So maybe a big offensive line like Skyridge or Lehigh could do that.
Second down here. Big burst here. Tahi's got the first down for Lone Peak. And look, that'll be a question next week. Corner will have to take on Skyridge. So, and in this region, it doesn't get any easier. Lone Peak, they just have to deal with their biggest rival, American Fork.
Every single week, it's going to be a lot of fun in Region 3. There was a great game yesterday between Skyridge and Lehigh. Came down to the wire.
Yeah, Skyridge came back in that one. So Skyridge, Lone Peak going to be sitting atop this region by themselves after the first week.
The one thing that this result will do is Lehigh and Skyridge, American Fork, their ears are going to perk up. And okay, we got a shot. Let's do this.
First and goal for the Knights. Tahi makes the first man miss, but has to take a couple yards here. And Corner will take their second timeout.
And that's the thing with Corner is when you've been as good as Corner is for so long, you're going to get everybody's best. Like, you don't get to have an off week. You have to come out, especially once you get into region play, and especially in this region this year, right? This is a different region schedule for Corner Canyon. They have to bring their A game every week because there are really talented teams in Region 3, and they all had Corner Canyon circled at the beginning of the year. They all want that shot to take down the Chargers.
By the way, we kind of made mention of a game tonight, Davis and American Fork. The Darts had a lead in that one of 10 at the break, and the Darts hold on in this one, 29-14. They get the win over American Fork. It'll be interesting when American Fork plays Lone Peak next week. I know, transitive property isn't the best way to measure teams, but does that give us a feel for can a Davis matchup with the top of the region? Because I think right now, everyone's probably looking at Lone Peak like, okay, well, that's probably your region favorite right now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that the way that Davis won tonight is really important. I mean, for them, their defense to come down to American Fork and to play this well, to hold American Fork, a really good offense, to 15 points, I think that's big for Davis. It's going to give them a jolt of confidence.
Second down, 1:45 on the game clock. On the ground, Tahi turning upfield. Tahi inside the 5, brought down at the 3. And Corner not taking their last time out here. That clock running with 90 seconds to go.
Man, this is Lone Peak, man. I mean, what more can we say? This did not feel fluky.
No.
This did not feel like
it felt won.
It did, and it felt the way that they did it feels like a repeatable game plan, right? That it didn't require some heroic plays. This was, hey, the defense got to Helaman Kasuga, forced some bad plays.
And Lone Peak going to take a timeout here. Coach Brockbank, I think he was trying to get them to take a little more time off, but they were kind of quick up to the line knowing that play clock was ticking down, and he'll take a timeout here with 1 minute to go.
Auto Expert Master Auto Tech.
All right, so if you had to rank the top 5 teams, where do you go, Jeff?
Well, we had number 1 and number 2 coming into this game. I think all I'm doing is flip-flopping, right? I think I'll have Lone Peak 1. The results on the field have to matter. So I'm putting Lone Peak at 1, Corner at 2.
You leave Skyridge at 3 after beating Lehigh?
I'm putting Skyridge at 3. That's a great win against Lehigh. And the way that Lehigh has been playing, I'm sneaking Davis in at 4, and then Lehigh at 5 in 6A.
Wow. So Ridgeline's going to drop out of your top 5.
In 6A. In 6A. Because I think that Ridgeline team, I know it's 2 classifications. I think they could sneak in some wins against some of these Region 3 teams. That's a really good Riverhawk squad.
And the top in this state is pretty doggone good.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Third and goal, 1 minute left. The clock is stopped here. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to just take a knee. They'll score. Touchdown, Lone Peak. Why not?
Man.
For me, it's like, do you just get that clock running? But look, you make it 3 possession, no chance in this game is Christensen with a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, the student section, they've already cleared one fence, and they're lining up the length of the field on the second fence. I mean, this isn't going to take long. We've seen this happen to Corner before, and when Corner drops a regular season game, they tend to recalibrate pretty quickly.
Yes, they do. I think the thing that's different for me, and I'm going to go look, I don't remember Corner losing like this in terms of the score.
Yeah.
In state. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And again, the last time Corner scored, 4:52 in the second quarter. They've not scored in a half.
Yeah, we're going to need like some chat GPT help to find the last scoreless half.
And by the way, their time of possession in this fourth quarter is what, 16 seconds? They're in 2 plays.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. Lone Peak, this game, the way that these guys have played on both sides of the ball. In the tale of 2 halves, too.
No kidding.
I mean, it was big play, passing game, first half, and then, hey, we got a lead. We are just going to bleed this clock with that running game. And they've done both so well.
Yeah. The O-line for Lone Peak, having seen it, so much better. Not that I thought it was bad. I didn't expect it to be this good.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about Bot Mulitalo. He's the big name, right? Top recruit.
But it's the whole
It's the
group.
whole offensive line. Tip your cap to Coach Gary Pay. He does such a good job. And these guys, they were ready tonight.
Angled, caught at the 5. Nice little shimmy and shake there, brought down to the 29. 48 seconds away as Corner will bring that offense out here once again.
Big hit on the kickoff return, and of course, it's Tony Grimmer on the big hit.
Of course it
This
is.
has been his half. I hope that there's a way that he can, like, I don't know, as we advance with technology, find a way to take all of his highlight plays from this half and hang it on his wall, because my goodness, what a half number 9 has had from that linebacker spot for Lone Peak.
He has been so good. And obviously that last interception, Lone Peak was able to capitalize on. Kasuga throwing this out for Morris as he'll run out of bounds after picking up 9.
Isaiah Morris.
The other thing too, Lone Peak really hasn't had to bring pressure tonight. They've really kind of played a much more kind of, I don't want to say relaxed, but it hasn't been a bunch of intense pressures. It's really been 3-4 man rushes, and it's still been effective.
Yeah, it's been really good. The down linemen are getting home. And really, the linebackers in the secondary, they've just been so aggressive. They've had great coverage. Making big plays. I mean, 3 interceptions for Helam and Kasuga. That doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Yeah, it does not happen. Keeping his eyes downfield, going to look across the middle. That one caught. Nice catch there by Lucas Jackson. That's the first down.
Lucas Jackson. It's a first down for the Chargers.
Corner will take their last timeout.
Timeout. Corner Canyon.
Lone Peak students.
Final timeout.
Jeff, I've asked you a lot of questions tonight.
Remember, do not enter the field.
I don't have any left. You got any for me?
No, I don't think I do. Hey, you're putting me on the spot here.
Well,
Normally, you get me to be a little dumbfounded like this by asking me a question.
all right, here we go. Local leads, Jeff. You come down to Lone Peak. What's your choice?
That's a great question, because I am a Northern Utah guy.
You are?
And so when I come down south, it's things like JCWs. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get JCWs up north.
Oh, I've never even thought of that.
Yeah, I don't have it. South
Okay.
Jordan's the closest one. So, it's not like a deep cut. Everybody around here knows JCWs, but I look forward to it.
Yeah,
I miss Training Table. That's the closest that you can get.
really.
Yeah.
You
Remember
know-
that one time they lied to us and Training Table said they were coming back, and yeah, here we are.
One time.
Yeah, and a whole website and everything.
First down. And Kasuga over the middle. That caught. You see the stretch and reach there. Still on his feet. Meza going to get out of bounds inside the 20. We'll stop the clock with 23 seconds left. I like JCWs. I think that's a great call. When Dustin and I first started 20 years ago, after a game, it was not rare for us to go to a training table.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone,
Yep.
order your food.
Yep. The fry sauce there was super
the dipping
good.
sauce, get some cheese fries.
Yeah, yep.
It was great.
It was good.
It
Very
was
good.
great.
So corner just like that, back in the red zone. And a 1st and 10 here at the 15. Intercepted. Number 4 on the night, thrown by Kasuga. That is read like a book. Toa Tanuvasa with the pick, and that will do it.
Toa Tanuvasa with his 2nd pick of the night. Once again, just reading the eyes of Kasuga. This Lone Peak defense forces Helaman Kasuga into 5 turnovers. My goodness.
I mean, I don't know the last time I've seen, not even corner, a Coach Care team have 5 turnovers.
And none of them were cheapies. Like these were all.
Well, yeah, yes, I agree with you. The one where the quarterback, Kasuga's arm gets kind of hit as he's thrown, that's one where it's like, it's not a cheapie, it's hard work by the defensive front. But there's one where it's like, that's not really
nobody's fault.
It's an atypical interception.
It's a good defensive play.
Great defensive play to force it as they'll take a knee here, and that will do it. Final seconds coming off. Students going to rush the field. Lone Peak has done it. They hand Corner Canyon their first loss of the year, 42-21 Knights. Jeff, your final thoughts and solidify our player of the game.
Yeah, just really, really impressed with the way that this Lone Peak offensive line played. Really impressed with Cruz Christensen, but really impressed with the Lone Peak defense in the second half. For me, it's Tony Grimmer gets the player of the game-sealing interception, and the way that he played. You expect big performances from guys like Pula, but Tony Grimmer was not a guy that I had circled at making the game-winning play, and he did tonight. Fantastic performance for the linebacker.
He was fantastic, but this was a team effort.
Absolutely.
You can talk about the O-line, you can talk about Christensen, the Pulas, you can talk about Tua as well as Urtahi and Barney. Like, this was a team win for Lone Peak. They were the better team tonight, but Grimmer was an absolute stud. He gets a helmet sticker, and we'll make sure, we'll make sure to take care of that.
We'll make sure.
Your final score, Lone Peak does it, 42-21 over Corner Canyon. For our entire crew here, we ran some new stuff for you tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. It was an absolute blast, a great game, and for back-to-back years, Lone Peak defeats Corner Canyon. For Vince Francis, for Jeff Hansen, for Trevor, everybody here, thank you so much for joining us on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Doug as well. My name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for Lone Peak Football on KSLSports.com.